exclusive 2016 coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Basic Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. Now, here's the Eye Care Institute pregame report. Let's head out to the field and join John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman.
Hello again, everyone, from Brother Thomas More Stadium on the campus of St. Xavier High School. John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, and Todd Powers welcoming you to another night of St. X Tiger football. Tonight, the Tigers return home as district champions for a regional championship game. Region 1 title game tonight against the arch rival, the Mayo Bulldogs. Mayo comes in with a record of 10-2. There are only 2 losses in the regular season to St. X and Trinity. Tigers come in with a record of 9-3. Third consecutive home game here in the playoffs. It's a quarterfinal. And the Tigers, Tony, haven't been to the state semifinals since 2009. That's the last time they won the title, and that's the goal here tonight.
It sure is, and hopefully, if you're a Tiger fan, you know, these home games are coming up big. The Tigers win the district. They get to play here against the Bulldogs. Last time we saw the Bulldogs were over on the Old Dirt campus over at Male High School in a game that Male pretty much dominated the first half. The Hail Mary play everybody talks about at the end of the first half to Michael Meredith. Got the Tigers rolling in the second half, and then it was all Tigers. So, you know, tonight, John, if you're a Tiger fan, you want to keep it going in the next week to get to the Final Four. And I think people lose sight of that sometimes. This is the Final 8. You know, if you're playing basketball, you've made it to the second round of the tournament. So, man, just a big night, 2 good football teams, and we expect a great game.
Tony mentioned that first meeting in the regular season over on the Old Dirt campus at Male High School. Tigers trailed 21-7 late first half. Hail Mary from Desmond Ritter. It was tipped into the waiting arms of Michael Meredith. And then the second half, Tony, Male just could not get anything going offensively. Tigers outscored them 17-0 in the fourth quarter. And I think Chris Wolf believes, just looking at the numbers, his team should have won that game.
Yeah, and the one thing that Coach Wolf made a big deal of it, 8 times the Tigers started drives on the Male side of the 50-yard line. And that is huge in a football game. You can't give teams short field. We've seen the Tigers do it. We've seen, the Bulldogs do it that night. Field position will be huge. Turnovers will be huge. And penalties will be huge here tonight because when there's no tomorrow, you can't make mistakes. And both teams are well drilled, but I think who is more disciplined tonight will win this football game.
And Coach Wolf and his Male Bulldogs, 15-0 last year, defending state champions. But what they didn't do in that second half was get first downs. And you mentioned St. X getting great field position. Their defense put them in that situation the entire second half.
They did. They played excellent, boy. The Tiger guys up front were just getting off blocks, and that makes it easy for those linebackers. Braden Washburn, Jack Cronk, those guys, big games. And what you have to do against these Bulldogs is not let them get the ball out in space. Big plays will kill you, and the Tigers didn't give up many big plays in that first one. And I know Coach Wolford is really big with his guys tonight. We have to be disciplined and not give up big plays.
And the wind will be a factor tonight, Tony. The rain is not going to be here, we don't think, during the game, but the wind should be a factor. Who does that help if it's windy?
Well, me and you talked about this today, and you believe it helps the Tigers because the Bulldogs are going to throw it a little more. But it's just a case of how the game's going. You know, if you have to throw it, then the wind becomes a problem. Both teams want to run the football. Male's going to try to throw it and get guys in space. Tigers are going to look for opportunities. You know, if they see the Bulldogs come up, they're going to put the ball in the air. And, you know, you got to catch it, first of all, and you got to get it on the money. So it takes a lot to do it, but I don't think it's going to have a huge difference in who's going to win the football game.
Last week, Tigers dispatched the Manual Crimsons. And, Tony, I have to think Coach Wolford had to be very pleased. Maybe the most complete game this Tiger team's played all year.
Yeah, they you know what, they had a few wrinkles in the offense, but Desmond Ritter played a phenomenal game, and we got what we always get out of Sam Taylor over here at St. X. But give those guys up front a lot of credit, too. They're the guys that, have to make the plays, and guys that, we talk about a lot of times, those wide receivers. Tigers have been good at running the option and getting that ball out on the field, and the wide receivers blocking are huge, too. Now, if you come up with a play action, that can hurt the Bulldogs, and it's just a case of execution, if you ask me.
And turnovers, obviously, the team that turns it over the less probably wins this football game tonight.
No doubt. I don't think there's any question.
Special teams, Cameron Chesser's back as the punter. Now, that did hurt the Male Bulldogs. They didn't have their punter first game. They relied on their place kicker, who did not have a good night. So Cheshire being back has to have Chris Wolf thinking, well, at least maybe we'll have some better field position tonight.
Yeah, their punting game struggled badly in that first game. And, there's a lot of things that come to that field position pressure. And the win tonight, there's where the wind can come into play, is how the wind's blowing in the kicking game. But it should help the Bulldogs out, and it did hurt them in the first game.
Win the toss tonight if you're St. X or your Male. What do you do?
Take the football.
Take the ball right away.
I don't think
worry about the wind.
You want to get on top, and you want your offense to get going. If you have a good drive your first time, maybe you get some points, that's confidence. Yeah, everybody says, well, give them the ball, we stop them, we get good field position. But I think both teams will take the ball because they want the ball in their hands.
We'll take our first break of the night. We're about 19 and a half minutes away from kickoff. When we come back, we'll look at some of the other games in town tonight and involving local teams. And we'll get the expert, Tony Burke, to pick the winners for you. You're listening to St. X High School playoff football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissig.
That was a good
Thank
open.
you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights. It's the best way to travel.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Back at Brother Thomas More Stadium, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, and Todd Powers closing in on kickoff between the St. X Tigers and the Male Bulldogs in the quarterfinals of the 6A Kentucky State Playoff Football. Winner advances to the semifinals next week to take on the winner of Ballard and Trinity. We'll talk a little basketball while we have a chance. Tiger Varsity has a scrimmage tomorrow, so if you're not busy and you got about 6 hours on your hand, head to Bowling Green, where the Tigers will take on the Purples. 4 o'clock. Now, you're going to have to check and see if that's local time or our time, but it's 4 o'clock tomorrow in Bowling Green. And a Tuesday scrimmage here at St. X, Oldham County. That might fit more into most people's schedule.
Yeah, 5:30 on Tuesday. And that Bowling Green team, and the ratings that I saw, #1 in the state by the Courier-Journal, is going to come out tomorrow.
I think we're going to like this St. X team, though, Tom.
We will. A lot of size and length, some good inside players. I think overall people are going to be surprised with the loss of Connor McKim, and I just want to say I do follow Connor McKim. Started the other day for Rollins College. Is playing really, really well. The exhibition games played very little, but now that he's got an opportunity to play, had I think 13 points in one game, didn't score in another one, but he's played like 20-something minutes a game. So Tigers will miss Connor McKim, but they have a lot of guys that can play.
Our first broadcast of Tiger basketball this year will be on Thursday, December 1st. It's a district game against the Collegiate Titans, 7 o'clock game time, so a little earlier start than normal. St. X and Collegiate. That is December 1st. Some great Friday night games this year at home. Tony, Covington Catholic comes in. We've got Ballard at home. We've got Male at home on a Friday night. Trinity, of course, at Broadbent Arena. So some great Friday night games this year.
3 of the 4 of those teams you just named are in the top 15 in the state.
Let's talk. Let's get back to the task at hand, which is football. Some interesting games in town and out of town tonight. First, the 6A, the other side of this bracket. Ballard's 9-3. Trinity's 12-0. Tony, Trinity beat them by a whole lot the first time they played. We certainly, I don't think, expect anything different tonight.
55-0 was the first one. Ballard has a lot of talent, but just not enough to play with Trinity, and I expect the game to be a little bit closer, but still 3 or 4 touchdowns.
5A, interesting. Covington Catholic, who's had a great second half of the season. They are running up on people. They're 9-3, and they're out at the Creek tonight, at Fern Creek. Tigers are 10-2, a very good Fern Creek team. What do you see there?
I see the Colonels winning that ball game, John.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I tell you what, that I follow a lot of this stuff on Twitter, and they play a really strong schedule around here. Those losses, you're right, they've been hammering people. Fern Creek will play well, but I think that Covington Catholic might be one of the teams right there at the end.
3A tonight in Lexington. Lexington Catholic 7-5, hosting the Central Yellow Jackets 7-5. We love Ty Scroggins' team every year. He plays a tough schedule. That's why they're 7-5. That's a tough task, though, to go to Lexington Catholic and get a win.
It is. We saw Catholic to start the year. They can score, but they don't stop a lot of people. It will be a high-scoring game. If Central can run the football and play a little bit of defense, Central can win that game, but Catholic in a close one.
You're calling Catholic. All right, 2A, the big one out in the East End tonight, DeSales and Christian Academy. Colts 10-2, one of those losses to Cal. Cal's 11-1. It seems just a format the last few years. Cal wins in the regular season. DeSales wins in the playoffs. What do you think tonight?
I want the Colts to win, but I think the Cal team is a really good Cal team. They lost to Simon Kenton, who's a Pirate in 6A, and the home field, the new field out there, I think it's going to be a close one. But if you had to make me pick somebody, I think I'd take Cal, but I'm for the Colts.
And in 1A, Kentucky Country Day, 10-2, down at Beechwood, 11-1. We saw what the Beechwood Tigers did to the Holy Cross Cougars last week. Do we expect KCD to get the same rude awakening down at Beechwood?
No, the Bearcats haven't seen anything like that in a while, so I think it's going to be a rude awakening for the KCD Bearcats.
So those picks, of course, for entertainment purposes only. Tony Burke's pitch sponsored by Kroger. We'll come back, hear from the head coach of the Tigers, Will Wolford. We're about 12 and a half minutes away from kickoff. You're listening and watching St. X High School playoff football on Live Sportscaster and the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving this winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a Train and nearly impossible to beat up to 48-month special financing from DFH on the industry's most reliable comfort systems from Train. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details. No more excuses. Call DFH 968-6222. Online DFHcompany.com.
There are few things that truly inspire, like seeing young athletes succeed. With this in mind, the Courier-Journal created the Kentuckiana Sports Awards presented by Norton Sports Health. We're honoring Athletes of the Week for Southern Indiana and Metro Louisville all season long, naming all area teams for more than a dozen sports, and capping off the year with a red carpet banquet in June. Vote for this week's Athlete of the Week at the CourierJournal.com sports page.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998.
I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of the new Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X, this is where you start.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
Back at Brother Thomas More Stadium. Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman. I'm joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Will Wolford. And how impressed last week were you with your team's focus? Because that was about as good as we've seen.
Beginning to end, no doubt about it. And it's not like everything was perfect. I mean, offensively, it took us a while to get going. You know, they made a big play in the passing game, which, you know, is always a threat when you're playing guys with that much talent. But they just, you know, they stayed focused. They stayed on it. They played aggressive. They played fast. You could just tell they weren't thinking a lot. They were reacting. You know, so as a coach and for the staff, we felt very good that it was one of our best games.
You have to be happy that the next time you see Jalen Carter, he'll be wearing a college uniform.
You know, that's what I hear. I'm not sure where he's going, but he certainly has the talent to go somewhere, but I have not heard. But, yeah, I'm very glad he's graduating, and a handful of those kids. I mean, Cosby in the backfield, he's going to Ball State, and the nose tackle, I think he's going to Eastern and Western. There's a number of those kids that have committed somewhere.
Out of the frying pan into the fire. Male Bulldogs come in. They're looking for revenge. They're looking to get back from that game that they probably feel like you stole from them after the Hail Mary.
Definitely a tale of two halves. And the Hail Mary just, you know, everything went our way after that. It just turned on a dime. So I'm sure they're going to be very confident coming in here, and it's going to be a great game. I mean, it's two very good teams. They're very well coached. Coach Wolf's obviously done a great job. Undefeated last year, only 2 losses this year. We have all the respect in the world for them, and it's going to be a great high school atmosphere. It's going to be a great ball game.
Forecast says very windy throughout the game. Help or hindrance to you guys? Help or hindrance to Male, do you think?
I can't control the weather. We're both playing in it, so whatever it is, it is. It'll be both for both.
Both teams like to run the football, and I would think that that's what both teams are going to try to establish early. You can't speak for Coach Wolf, but I would say we're going to see some Sam tomorrow night.
Well, we're going to run the ball, and we got to do a good job of stopping it. I mean, it's playoff football. We're playing for the region, and it comes down to the team that can play faster and more physical. So if we can't run the football, we're going to be in trouble, and the same thing on their end.
Defensively, that second half last time against these guys, you found something, and it worked extremely well. What was it, and do you expect some alterations from the Male offense?
I just think we gained a lot of momentum. We simply tackled better. We simply played with more quickness and energy and confidence. It wasn't any kind of major adjustments because they have weapons all over the field, and they continually go back to them. I think both teams really keep it pretty simple. It comes down to execution. It's a lot easier to execute when you're just fired up and jacked up, ready to go.
Once you put your 2s and 3s in last week, at least offensively, you got some good play from those guys.
We've been, getting a lot of guys in a lot of games this whole year. We really, both sides of the ball, go too deep. It's when we go 3 and 4 deep that things get a little squirrely. But no doubt, I'm very confident when our 2s are in the game.
Health-wise, okay coming in?
For the most part, yes. We got a couple game time decisions, but we'll wait and see. But I think we're real close to being 100%.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thanks, sir.
For regional championship tonight, head coach Will Wolford will be back with kickoff. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Listening to the Eye Care Institute pregame report. Stay right here for live play-by-play coverage of tonight's big game on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Nights travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier-Journal. The Courier-Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Now let's go live to the field and join John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman for tonight's big game.
Hello again, everyone, from Brother Thomas More Stadium in St. Xavier High School. John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers, welcoming you to another night of St. X Tiger playoff football. Tonight is round 3, or you can call it the state quarterfinals. The Tigers host the male Bulldogs, a team they beat in the regular season 31-21, outscoring the Bulldogs 17-0 in the fourth quarter. This game, Tony, we expect to be a slobber knocker and go down to the wire.
Well, I think everybody in the state's interested in this one, John. These are two of the top football teams in the state in 6A going at it tonight, and you have to advance. And boy, I tell you what, I've talked to parents on both sides, and you know, there's just so much on the line here, especially for the seniors tonight.
The captains are at midfield. Melson's out Robert Sheffield, T.J. Thomas, the quarterback, Stephon Mays, and Andrew Arnold. Tigers go with the same 4 from last week. Desmond Ritter, Sam Taylor on the offensive side, Jake Taylor and Kyle Robinson on the defensive side. Jim Brinkman is down there in the middle of everything, so let's try to listen in.
So I have males, the visiting team. This is a heads, this is tails. That's a heads, that's a tails. What are you going to call? It's going to call tails. I'm going to flip it up, let it hit the ground. Heads up. It's tails, males 1. You get to receive or defer. All right, males 1, they're going to defer. You want the ball. Which way do you like to kick? You want to kick that way? All right, you guys come this way. You go this way.
Jim Brinkman, the wind will be a factor tonight.
Yeah, looking at the temperature report, it is a beautiful 72 degrees with just a little bit of wind. Forecast by 10 o'clock for it to be in the middle 50s and rain.
Coin toss,
Jim.
Yeah, the coin toss, actually, male has won and deferred, and St. X will get the ball. The officiating crew tonight is Brandon Stevie, Brian Chalk, Tony Pompilio, Brendan Crockett, and Devin Hall, our third Northern Kentucky squad in a row.
Well, I guess we should be used to it, Tony. If it's the third week in a row we've seen the out-of-towners come from up near Cincinnati.
Well, that's what they do in the playoffs, so everybody gets referees that are not from the area. So we're going to get it going here. It surprised me. We talked about it in the pregame. The Bulldogs win the toss, and they defer.
Well, St. X, to let you know, Will Wolford told me St. X would have deferred as well because
that's why I'm up here.
He said we want to defer and get the win in our favor in the first half because you receive, then you don't get to choose which way to go. But male, it looks to me, Tony, will have the wind. Well, it's sort of a crosswind right now. And again, as Jim said, it's not that windy just yet.
Yet. There's the key word, yet, because that front's going to come through here. It might not rain before this game's over, but when that wind gets going, that wind can be a factor, and it might make a difference late in the game. But the Tigers will get the football first. And me personally, I want the ball first if I'm the Tigers.
The Tigers, Owen Johnson will start at St. X definitely won the special teams in the first meeting. Male in their road white uniforms with yellow pants, I guess just gold pants, traditional gold male helmet, purple numerals. St. X Tiger players love these new uniforms, the black with the green numeral with gold trim, and of course the traditional white helmet with the green and gold X. We are just about ready to get underway. Eric Sorensen, who had to do the punting duties and didn't look like he was comfortable in that first game, but he can kick it off and kick field goals. He's got a heck of a leg. He will kick toward the scoreboard. Cameron Garrett, the deep man for the Tigers. Brett Metzmeyer and Dalton Gillespie stand at about the 15-yard line, so we're just about ready to get underway. Sorensen approaches it, kicks it high, fairly deep, but Garrett will take it at the 2. Up the right hash mark, cuts inside across the 20, fighting off tacklers, and finally pulled down about the 25-yard line. And the Tigers will start right there. Desmond Ritter, the quarterback, 6'4", 190-pounder, the senior, University of Cincinnati verbal commit, and he will bring his team to the line of scrimmage. He starts with Garrett wide to the right, Ben Seeger, and Michael Meredith to the left. Blanco in the backfield, usually to block, and Sam Taylor sets up to the right of Dez on first down. Seeger in motion from left to right. They give it to Ben, running to the right, and he is hit behind the line and dropped for a loss. Good pursuit by the Bulldogs. These numbers are not going to be easy to read. Harrison Hobbs, the defensive end, got out there and made the tackle. It's a loss of yards, 2nd and 11.
The Tigers go to the short side. I don't mind that play because that's going to set up the running game and the play action, but nothing there. Tigers lose a yard.
Same formation. Dez looks to the sideline. Now he's ready. Takes the snap. Fake it to Sam. Rolling left. Has Blanco. Throws it short and misses Mac Blanco. He'd have been better off taking off running with that one. Co-captain Stephon Mays was closing on Mac quickly, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. That's not a play if he even catches it, he's going to go anywhere. That would have been a good time for Ritter to pump it and then cut it up the field, and I think he would have got big yardage on that play. So not a good decision on 2nd down.
3rd down and long. 4 men at the line of scrimmage for the Bulldogs. And they just bring 4. Rolling left is Dez. He's got plenty of time. Now it breaks down, runs to the left across the 30, short of the first down. Knocked out of bounds on the St. X sideline. Robert Sheffield, the free safety, came up and forced him out of bounds at the 33, maybe the 32-yard line. They'll give him the 33, so it's a gain of about 9 yards.
Yeah, 8 or 9
bring
yards.
Up 4th and 2, excuse me.
Yeah, and boy, you run a sweep to the short side, and then you roll the pocket, and that time it's not there. So Tigers do not do a good job on their first 3 plays.
Nathan Hobbs, B.K. Smith go deep, and Zach Collins boots it away. Good kick. High, short side of the field. Boy, nice catch over there by Smith, and he's loose across the 35 and finally brought down about the 40-yard line. That was actually Nathan Hobbs that took it, and the Tigers, decent coverage, able to bring him down. Ben Mueller in on the tackle. So the Mail will start with good field position, first down at their own 41.
Well, nice punt by Collins. The Tigers actually had it covered pretty well, and the first Tiger missed him, and give Hobbs the credit on that to get it out to the 41-yard line. But boy, not the way you wanted to start it, going 3 and out for the Tigers. The 3rd down play got good yardage, but the other 2 just stalled.
Senior quarterback on the other side as well, T.J. Thomas, 5'11", 190-pounder. And they will use the shotgun or the pistol most of the night. Deion Montgomery goes in motion to leave an empty backfield. Now he takes the pass on the left, juggled it and dropped it, and Sam Taylor was going to hit him for a loss or a no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice job by Jake Taylor coming up and making that big hit on that swing pass. You'll see the Bulldogs try that a lot tonight, but a nice job by the guys on the outside to get up the field and break that play up, but you got to catch the ball too.
Front 3 of Kyle Robinson, Max Willinger, and Andrew Ewells to start it here. Braden Washburn, Jack Daly, Jack Cronk, and Chandler Simpson are the linebackers. Good to see Austin Eisert back in there at the corner with Jake Taylor. And the safeties are Nick Mullaby and Jacob Stouffer. 2nd and 10. Montgomery starts in the backfield again. Now he goes in motion to the right. Straight drop, 3-man rush, plenty of time. Throws over the middle, intercepted. Mullaby's got it going the other way. He's at the 40. Cuts outside to the 30, back inside to the 25 and down to the 21-yard line. Intended for Ethan Bibb, the senior. And boy, Nick Mullaby, Tony, just stepped right in front of it. Terrific coverage.
Well, I really don't think Mullaby was playing the ball, but it was thrown right into him. So he put his hands up and caught the ball. He was coming up to make the tackle, and we talked about turnovers early in the pregame, and the Tigers get the first big one, and now they will take over at the Bulldog 21-yard line.
1st and 10 for Desmond Ritter and the Tiger offense.
You're going to see Sam Taylor here, I guarantee it.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. That's the short side of the field. Taylor in the backfield. In motion comes Cahalan. Brewer. They fake it to him, give it to Sam. Up the gut, crosses the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. Gang tackled there. Davion Higgs, the running back / defensive back. First one to hit him, but a gain of 5 for Sam Taylor.
Go with the same play and let Dez run it this time.
Same formation. Sam right up the gut, hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Nothing there. It'll be no gain. Now he does
actually get pushed forward.
Gets pushed forward for about a yard to the 25. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. You give that offensive line some credit, Tony. Sam was going nowhere. They helped him.
They did. Then they got a good push on the initial hit, and then the big uglies get in behind and give a shove. Those are my guys up front.
3rd down 4. Ball squarely on the 25. Dez has 3 receivers to the left, including Blinko in the slot. Sam's in the backfield with Dez. Usually Dez or Sam and Mack are split. Option left, pitch to Taylor. Running left, cuts inside, gets a good block. 1st down inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Gain of about 9 yards on the play and a 1st down. Good blocking by Mueller. And Blinko was out there as well. Tigers in the green zone, brought to you by the Eye Care Institute, Dr. Brennan Green.
That's a play that worked very well here lately. Worked against the Bulldogs the first time, but Ben Mueller stayed with his block, and Taylor got behind him.
1st and goal at the 6. Garrett and Mueller to the right. Cahalan to the left. Now he's in motion. Fake it to him. Dez up the middle. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Desmond Ritter from 6 yards out, and the Tigers strike first.
Well, the turnover comes up huge, and if you're the Tigers, you have to make the other team pay, and the Tigers go on the board first here at Brother Thomas More Stadium with 9:22 left first quarter. 6-0 Tigers. Owen Johnson coming on for the attempt.
Turnovers are great, but unless you capitalize, they don't mean a whole lot, and the Tigers capitalize quickly. Cahalan will hold it. Jack Cronk will snap it. And Owen Johnson in for the extra point. Low line drive, and it is no good. He hooked it to the left. 6-0. Tigers lead it. 9:22 to go, first quarter. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Back at St. X, little pooch kick. It is on the ground and then picked up at the 30-yard line. Owen Johnson into the wind that time, Tony. Tigers decide they're not going to let B.K. Smith and Nathan Hobbs get their hands on it, so they kick just a little pop-up to the 30-yard line, so Mail will start at the 32. Jimmy, Tigers taking advantage of that, and they show the same formation, but they run about 4 or 5 different plays off of it.
Yeah, they've definitely added some options off because they realize that Chris Wolf is a wonderful coach and really a good tactician and will make adjustments that they did in the second half. Hey, a little bit of Deflategate irony right now. They've already thrown out 2 of our footballs.
Oh, stay tuned. Empty backfield, Montgomery in motion. He'll take the handoff on the jet sweep, running to the left, cuts back inside, and the ball is still in his hand. Boy, he's trying to rip it out of there was Cronk. Across the 35 to about the 36, gain of 4 for Dion Montgomery. But whoever the end was over there turned it back inside. Good job.
They did, and they make that play come back, and Kyle Robinson on the tackle right there, and I believe that's on that side right now is Washburn.
3 to the right, 2 to the left, and an empty backfield again. Quick throw to the right, caught by Hobbs. No, drop by Hobbs. He tried to run before he caught it. Chandler Simpson was the closest Tiger. It'll be 3rd and 6.
And as a Tiger fan, that's what you want to see. A little bit of nerves, looks like, on the Bulldogs. They have the interception. They've dropped a couple of quick passes into the game. And, boy, you get a 3-and-out right here and get the football back, you can really cause havoc.
4 receivers to the right this time, and just 1 to the left. That's Bibb alone to the short side of the field. Thomas takes a snap. Quick throw to the right again. This is Hobbs running to the right. Cut down at the 39, and he won't get to the 40-yard line. Austin Iser came up first and made the hit. Got help from Stouffer and Simpson and Cronk. A couple of yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th down And Cam Cheshire will come on in to kick it away.
Well, they could put 4 guys out on the right side, try to get it out quickly. And Coach Wilford made a point earlier in the year. He told his defensive backs, get off those blocks. Don't fight them. And Austin Izard does a great job of jamming that play up. And a lot of Tigers there. And now the Bulldogs are going to have to kick it away. Tigers don't have anybody deep, John.
Yeah, Mullaby is going to back up now. But St. X has kept their base defense in there. Cheshire has it. He'll boot it out of there. Good high kick. Mullaby will fair catch it at the 24-yard line. Falls as he does, but the Tigers will take over there 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. 36-yard kick with no return.
Chester almost knelt down on that play, John. That snap was low. He put his knee down, and it's hard to tell from right here. But if his knee would have hit the ground, play would have been stopped right there. But Tigers take over at their own 25-yard line. They already lead 6-0 here. 8:03 first quarter.
Cameron Garrett wide to the right, Meredith and Seeger to the left. Dez in the shotgun. Blanco is the H-back, and Sam Taylor, the running back. Fake it to Seeger, give it to Sam, up the middle. Huge hole across the 30, the 40, the 50. Being chased down at the 40 and finally down at the 35-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle from Nathan Hobbs.
And, Johnny, let's give those guys up front the credit. We haven't even talked about them. Everly, Smock, Lyons, Ferris, and Summers. Huge hole for Sam Taylor.
41 yards on the run right up the gut from Sam Taylor. Empty backfield this time for Dez. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Takes a snap. Quick throw to the left to Taylor. Looking for a block. Gets across the 30 and steps out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. Forced out by Davion Higgs and Zahir Jones. It's a gain to the 29-yard line, gain of 5. 2nd down and 5.
Seeger and Meredith doing a nice job of staying with their blocks.
Same formation. And this time it's a quarterback draw and nothing there.
Yep.
Higgs came through, read it the whole way, a loss back to the 32-yard line, loss of 3 to bring up 3rd and 7.
Well, Mel brought both linebackers from the inside, just a dead blitz, and by the time Dez faked and went, the Bulldogs already had pressure. So Tigers looking at 3rd and 5 from the Bulldog 20.
It's actually 3rd and 8.
Scoreboard's not doing a good job.
No, that's terrible. Whistle before the play and a flag. And the Tigers get started early. They did. It's one of the wide receivers over here, and it'll turn a 3rd and 8 into a 3rd and 13.
Well, those little penalties, we talk about them every week, come up huge, and you get a loss of play on the 2nd down play. Now you give them 5 more. Now you've moved yourself out of field goal range. You need a decent play to give Owen Johnson a chance.
So 2nd and 5 is quickly turned into 3rd and 13. 2 receivers each way. Blanco stays in the block. 5-man rush here. Dez has time. Throws over to the left. Has a man close to the 1st down marker. Caught as he went out of bounds. Cameron Garrett at the 22, and it is a 1st down for the Tigers. Gain of 15 actually, and he needed 13.
Well, Garrett got down the field about 15 yards, broke his route off, came back to the sideline. Desmond Ritter right on the money. Nice catch, Cameron Garrett.
Seeger to the left. Meredith and Garrett to the right on 1st down. Now Seeger in motion. Play action. Actually, Dez keeps it on the zone read. Right up the gut inside the 20 to the 16, a gain of 5.
I thought Seeger had the ball too, John, and he had a lot of room to run. I was getting ready to get excited, but Desmond Ritter right up the middle for a good 5 on 1st down.
Tigers for the 2nd time in the green zone, brought to you by Dr. Brennan Green and the Eye Care Institute. 2nd and 5. Seeger, Meredith to the right. Blanco, H-back to the right. Taylor to the left behind Des Ritter. Play action. Rolling right is Dez. In trouble. Throws late. It is caught. 1st down inside the 10, and that is Mac Blanco. They went after Taylor, but really good job by the defensive end, Harrison Hobbs. He wasn't fooled. Ritter just got away from him and made a great pass.
Well, Seeger took the corner all the way down to the end zone, and I thought he was open, and I was hoping Dez wasn't going to throw it to him, but he finds Blanco. 1st and goal from the 8.
Gain of 8 on that play. Here's Sam up the gut, cuts it out to the right, inside the 5, falls forward to about the 2, and he might have gone down at the 3. They'll spot it at the 3. It's a gain of 5. 2nd and goal. 6:08 to go, 1st quarter. Tigers lead at 6-0, trying to add.
Didn't look like a whole lot was there, but he got in behind the big guys on the right side, Ferris and Lands, and just kind of plotted his way through, then dove forward and gets it down to the 3-yard line for the Tigers.
9 in the box here for the Bulldogs. Now they have to take a couple out of there, as the Tigers are 4 wide. In motion is Seeger. They give it to him, running left, and he's going to walk in. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Ben Seeger And that time, the Bulldogs went after Desmond Ritter, and he made the right play. Give it to Seeger.
He did. He kept it in there as long as he could, and he actually, at the last second, gave it to Seeger. I had the binoculars on it, too, and, boy, he had a convoy, John, going around the left side, and the Tigers scored for the second time here in the first quarter. 12-0, the St. X Tigers over the Bulldogs from Male with the extra point. Tigers going to go for two early.
I don't like this play, Tony. You don't chase points
You don't chase points early. You're right, Johnny.
But they will go for two, leave the offense in there. Garrett and Meredith to the right. Blanco and Sam Taylor in the backfield. Now Sam in motion to the right to put three on that side. Dez, quick throw, tipped away. Looking for Taylor. Knocked down by Rayshawn McCauley. And it's 12-0 Tigers. Just remember that one just in case. Owen Johnson, usually automatic. Now the first one was sort of a muff there, but usually automatic. Jim Brinkman, Tiger offensive line, doing a yeoman's work so far here tonight.
Well, offensive line, but let's give it out to tailback number 42, Sam Taylor, with the lead block, for that touchdown. I mean, if you're a college coach and looking at where to play Sam Taylor, I mean, he makes an excellent fullback. He really does.
Hey, Jimmy?
Yeah.
The crowd down there, we can see the male side. What's the St. X side look like?
St. X side is pretty full with the ones in front of the press box. The rage cage is up till about like the sixth row. I mean, it is absolutely noisy, and they're having some fun so far, 12-0.
Another squib kick this time for Owen Johnson. Taken by one of the up men. That is Kanell Isom, backup wide receiver. And he gets it out to about the 34-yard line, and Male will start right there. He mentioned Sam Taylor, who got that block, even though if you're Sam Taylor, you don't know if Seeger's got the ball or if Desmond Ritter's got the ball, so you just got to get out there and do your job. And when he does, that's what happened. He opened the lane for Seeger.
Everybody has to do their job every play, and that's an example of it.
Thomas in the shotgun, wants to throw, throws to the right. It's caught by B.K. Smith, makes one man miss. That was Simpson, and Stolfer brings him down at the 40. It's a gain of about 7 on first down for the Bulldogs.
And, John, this was the MO years ago over there when Charles Walker and Luke Hayden and those guys played over there. They tried to throw it out there 20-something times. It's basically a running play. They get about 6 on first down.
Garrett Dennis, one of the backup quarterbacks, wide to the right. They give it to Montgomery running left. He's got the first down, tripped up as he gets to the 45. That's a gain of 5. And Kyle Robinson got a hand on him to knock him to the turf. First down for the Bulldogs. Their first of the night, I believe.
I believe so, John. They run the stretch play to the left side, and Thomas actually had trouble getting the ball out to him, but a nice run cutting it up the field and getting good yardage out to the 45. Mail at their own 45.
5 minutes, under 5 to go, first quarter. Tigers lead at 12-0. Straight drop for Thomas. Has time, 3-man rush. Now he's going to pull it down and run out of there to the left. Across the 50, has the first down, or right at the first down marker as he steps out of bounds. Jake Taylor chased him out of bounds at the St. X 45. It's a gain of 10 and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Well, good coverage by the Tigers. A pretty good push up the middle, but the outside rush, the defensive ends or the outside linebacker have to contain that outside and make Thomas get up the middle of the field. But both of these quarterbacks are dangerous when the coverage, when the pass coverage, good pass coverage by the Tigers, and then they run the football.
The Tigers haven't brought any pressure yet. It's been a 3-man rush every play so far. Thomas in an empty backfield. It's a 3-man rush again. Now he'll step up, run right up the middle. He's across the 45 to the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Jack Cronk, Chandler Simpson combine on the tackle. But another gain of 6 yards for T.J. Thomas.
Well, they'll use Thomas in that. They'll run the quarterback draw out of a passing situation a lot of times. Thomas this year has run for 288 yards, and he's thrown for 2,100 coming in. So he's got good numbers. He's a good athlete, and the Tigers have to keep an eye on him too.
Second down and 4. Tiger 39. Handoff to Montgomery, running right. Lowers his shoulder. The ball came out, I believe. Both teams fighting for it. Jake Taylor says the Tigers have it. We'll see. Nope, third down. Montgomery sort of dove in there. Jack Cronk was the first to make contact. Kyle Robinson was there as well. Got about a yard to the 38. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Well, nice job by the Tiger guys up front to get that good push in there, but now the Bulldogs trying to get a first down to keep this drive going.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Montgomery is the lone setback. They give it to him right up the gut, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the first down. Hit at the line of scrimmage, fought his way for maybe a half yard. Jack Cronk again up off the bottom of the pile, along with Max Willinger. They give him close to the 37-yard line, so give him a yard, and that'll bring up 4th and a long 2 here.
Talking about a pivotal play early in the football game. 3:10 first quarter, Tigers lead 12-0. Bulldogs going for it on 4th and 2.
3 to the left, 2 to the right on 4th down. 3-man rush. Thomas going to run out of there now. He throws late. It's caught. First down. Just across the first down marker at the 34-yard line. That is B.K. Smith made the catch. Braden Washburn with the tackle. Needed the 35 and got the 34.
Well, it broke down. Good push up the field by the defensive line for the Tigers, and Thomas gets out of there, gets the ball just down the field, just enough to get the first down. Bulldogs keep the drive going at the Tiger 34.
3 to the left, 1 to the right on first down. Stretch play again. Give it to Montgomery. He's got a lot of room across the 25-yard line and push back right there at the 24, but a gain of 10. Should be another first down for Deion Montgomery, who I don't think carried the ball in the first meeting. We saw a lot of Aaron Dean Thomas. We saw a lot of Davion Higgs, but tonight it's Deion Montgomery.
No, he did not carry it one time in the first game. 14 carries for Dean Thomas in the first one. Aaron Dean Thomas and Davion Higgs carried it 9 times in the first game.
First down at the St. X 24. 2:35 to go, first quarter. Tigers lead at 12-0. T.J. Thomas, Rayshawn McCauley. Everybody just kind of looking over to the sideline. They're ready to go now. Running back is Tyler Ritchie this time, and he'll get the call up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage. Fights forward for 1, maybe 2, not much. And again, on bottom of the pile, getting up is Andrew Ewells. Braden Washburn there as well. We'll call it no gain to the 24. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, Mel's tried the inside. Hasn't been very successful on the inside, more on the outside. And, you know, if I was a Tiger coaching staff, I'd look for that quick pass out to the other side. But when they go this way, there's a typical for the quarterback to keep the ball and hand it off here. Watch him film.
Davion Higgs, first time in the backfield tonight for the Bulldogs. Now he steps over to the right. Thomas takes a snap, wants to throw to the right. He's got B.K. Smith who dropped it. And I think the other receiver, Garrett Dennis, kind of got in his way there and distracted him. And B.K. Smith couldn't hang on to it, 3rd and 10.
I agree with you, but that's not a good throw by Thomas. He throws the ball out in front of him at his other receiver, and you know, you reach out to try to catch the football, and there's a guy in front of you, and Brian Smith just kind of looks at him, and incomplete. 3 of the throws that Thomas has made on that play have not been good throws.
3rd down and 10. Montgomery in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. B.K. Smith alone to the right. Tigers show blitz. They do bring 4. Running left is Montgomery, and he's going to go nowhere. Lost yardage on the play. Great pursuit. I believe that's Andrew Ewells, Tony, and it is.
Well, Ewells is a quick guy up there. He's tall. He's more lean than some of the other guys, but, boy, he got off his block and ran him down. So the Bulldogs have a big decision here, 4th and 9, and here comes the place kicker.
Yeah, Eric Sorensen's got the leg for this. They'll spot it at about the 33. It'll be a 43-yard kick. Keep in mind the backup quarterback, Cameron Cheshire, is the holder. Left hash mark. And Sorensen, with under a minute to go, Cheshire will take the snap. Sorensen will get it up, and he's going to be short, but he got hit. Slow to get up is Jacob Stouffer, as he kind of got kicked right in the gut by Eric Sorensen, who's now limping to the male sideline. But that's going to be 15. Boy, you can't do that, Tony. That's a killer.
No, he got through pretty clean, but you just can't have that. And that did, it might have affected him seeing him, but that ball wasn't going to get there. He kicked him after he kicked the football.
And I don't think Stouffer, who's being carried off now, he took a shot somehow, but I don't think he knows how he did not block that kick. He was in there so easily.
Yeah, he came clean, and unfortunately for the Tigers, that's going to keep the Bulldog drive alive, and instead of having the football we talked about turnovers and penalties. The Tigers got the big turnover early. They lead 12-0, and now the Bulldogs get second life on their drive after roughing the kicker.
And your safety now, Stouffer's over on the medical table. Tanner Brown will take his place. 1st and 10 at about the 13. Handoff to Higgs, running right. He's got some room. Hit and pushed out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Good pursuit that time, Nick Mullaby, because there really wasn't a whole lot of other options over there, Tony.
Well, the mistake was made by Austin Izard. He came on the inside, and you have to stay on the outside because these Bulldogs get that corner. You're in big trouble. But the Bulldogs have the ball down to the Tiger 9-yard line.
Gain of 4 on 1st down. Bibb to the left, Smith to the right. Handoff Higgs, running left, and Andrew Yules just blew that one up, made the tackle. Washburn was there as well, so if Yules doesn't get him, Braden Washburn's gonna. All the way back at the 14-yard line, loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, Yules came from the other side that time. He landed up on the left side, and I know Coach Wolf's over there yelling, who's 96? Somebody blocking, as we roll down to about 18 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Bulldogs can wait, but I think they're going to go ahead and go. They've got a little bit of wind at their back here, and Thomas in the shotgun on 3rd and 11. Wants to throw, does throw, a little fade pattern. He's got Smith wide open in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Mayo. I mean, B.K. Smith just lost Austin Izard.
Well,
the Bulldogs are on the board.
I don't know how that happened on that play. When you got one guy out there, you got to cover him, and he just ran past him. Thomas on the money, so the penalty comes back huge. And now with the Tigers chasing the points on that second touchdown, Bulldogs have an opportunity to cut it to 5.
And Sorensen, who limped off, will come on for the extra point with 3.7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Cheshire will hold. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. 12-7. Tigers lead it. And Jim Brinkman, that roughing the punter, killer.
Yeah, they're still working on Stouffer over there in the the first aid. RJ is working on him. He's got some lower leg injury, but I agree with you. He's probably looking, how in the world did I miss it? The coaching staff was sitting there, trying to ask, hey, wasn't the ball tipped on that? And I didn't see any tip. But I did see that the ball was hit like, was definitely hit like a Tony Burke wedge, just about 10 yards, too short.
Well, they've taken the shoe off of Stouffer. They're rewrapping the ankle. So a lower leg injury there to Jacob Stouffer, and I know knowing him, he'll do everything he can to get back in there.
Yeah, John, and just a terrible break for the Tigers, if you want to call it a break. And now the Bulldogs have life after the Tigers looked like they were going to get a stop there. Last play of the first quarter.
And Sorensen will kick it away. Didn't get it to the end zone the first time, and this time he's not going to either. Taking it the 1 by Cameron Garrett on the right sideline, across the 10, across the 20, and then gang tackled.
Or somebody's grabbing his leg.
26-yard line. Fought his way out that far. First quarter comes to an end. We'll take a break. 12-7. Tigers lead it. You're listening to and watching St. X High School playoff football on Live Sportscaster and the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Quantum Graphics may be the most customer service-minded printer in Louisville. How do we know? Because of what their customers say about them.
Quantum consistently treats our jobs like they're the most important work they have to do.
They're a rare company that seems truly dedicated to providing over-the-top great service.
Want this same kind of service when you need print-on-demand, design, online ordering, binding, and storage and fulfillment? Contact Joe Meeks at 502-314-7233 or visit quantumgraphics.com.
Have you seen the new University of Louisville Golf Club? Renovations are complete to this premier recreation and dining destination. Easily accessible from I-64 and Shelbyville Road. Whether you want to experience the championship 18-hole course for a round of golf, take private lessons, host a party or wedding reception, or simply bring the family out for lunch and dinner, the University of Louisville Golf Club is just what you're looking for. Visit ulgc.net to learn more. University of Louisville Golf Club. Play where the Cardinals play.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. Handoff to Sam Taylor on first down. He's got some room across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. A first down run, 11 yards for Sam Taylor. 12-7, St. X leads Mayo here as we start the second quarter.
Now, if you're the Tiger offense, you've got to get going here and answering. A nice play on first down by Sam Taylor.
Garrett to the left, Mueller and Cahalan to the right. Now Cahalan in motion. They give it to Sam right up the gut. Cuts back inside across the 40. Fights his way to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5. And Sam, he's had a couple of big runs. You're going to see a lot of Sam Taylor tonight.
I tell you what, if Sam Taylor's getting this much room to run, you're gonna pound him, and then Desmond Ritter's going to go. He's going to run it, and they're going to go play action, and the Bulldogs will be backing up. Everybody's up in there now.
2 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Blanco and Taylor to the right of Des Ritter. 6-7 in the box now for the Bulldogs. Fake it to Cahalan. Des keeps it up the middle. A lot of room. 50, 40. Outrunning the lineman. He's to the 20. Man behind him at the 10. He's hauled down at about the 7-yard line. 50 yards on that run for Desmond Ritter. And again, the safeties were up. They went with Sam Taylor, and boom.
Just what we were talking about. You keep keying on Sam Taylor. If he pounds you, pounds you. Taylor's run for over 1,200 yards this year, and Desmond Ritter's a guy who's run for over 800 now. Tigers moving the football again. 11:01 left, second quarter. Tigers lead 12-7.
Shotgun for Desmond. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Fake it to Cahalan. Give it to Sam. Fights his way to the 5, to the 4. Gain of 3. 2nd and goal. Tigers in the green zone, brought to you by the Eye Care Institute and Dr. Brennan Green.
And, I love when they run the guy in motion and they fake it. It just holds those linebackers, and gets those big guys up front a chance to get to the linebackers, and you just got to give Sam Taylor and Desmond Ritter a chance.
And they've given it to Seeger a couple times tonight, once for a loss, once for a touchdown. 2nd and goal at the 4. Whistle, and they had it set up. And Mac Blanco turned around and said, that's a touchdown. They ran the old Utah play, Tony, the shovel pass. And
that's
even worse. It's a offsides against Mail. Can we decline that one?
Can we decline it and let the play run? Because they set it up and it looked like the option play that's been so effective, and they threw the old shovel pass inside the Blanco, and then they blew the whistle. But the Tigers do get positive yardage, so they get the ball to the 2-yard line.
Still 2nd down and goal. Now ball at the 2. Tight formation. Dez is under center for the first time tonight. He brings Eisert in motion and hands it to him. He cuts inside, dives in for the touchdown. St. X Tigers, Austin Eisert from 2 yards out, and that's how you answer.
Well, you show them a different look, too. You put Des Ritter under center, which you only do all year long when you run a quarterback sneak. What do? They run the guy in motion, and they give it to him, and the Bulldogs never expected that. Austin Eisert goes in, and now the Tigers still hunting points here with an 11-point lead.
Tony, can't do it. What are you doing?
The card says no, and it said no every time.
The card says no until you're in the fourth quarter.
Exactly, and they're 0 for 2 trying it now. So if you're hitting 333 in baseball, you're doing a pretty good job. So let's hope that we get the batting average up.
Eisert to the left, Garrett to the right, under center again, and Taylor in the backfield. Des sends Eisert in motion. Fake it to him, give it to Sam, nowhere to go. Still on his feet, got to the 2, but pushed back there. It's 18-7 Tigers. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
This can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving another winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on new Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train. Visit trainbiggame.com for your chance to win a $2,000 rebate. Call DFH 968-6222 for details, or visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. DFH.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissing. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers. Tigers answer with a touchdown and lead it 18-7. Owen Johnson. And this one's not going to get to the end zone. It's going to be taken at the 5 by Bibb, who gets to the 20 and then gets smothered there by a host of Tigers. Ryan Newts in on the tackle.
Well, the ball,
Patrick Owen was there as well.
The ball hit Bibb in the shoulder, and it bounced right back up to him.
He was very lucky. Jim Brinkman, is Owen Johnson hurt? That's my first question, because you got to go up 12 there.
Yeah, all coaches have their little card, and they look at it as to whether or not. The thing that's kind of eerie is it's now 18-7 in the second quarter, and that kind of reminds me of the way Mail went up against us, 21-7. Let's not see any Hail Marys at the end of this quarter.
Well, it should be 20-7 because you got to kick the extra points there. Empty backfield. Thomas wants to throw. Cuts inside. He gets out of trouble, and now he is hit, and now he's in trouble back at the 20. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Yule's got a piece of him, and Max Willinger, Jack Daly finish him off. T.J. Thomas had some room there, Tony, but he hesitated, and it cost him.
Yeah, John, great job by the coverage by the Tigers, and then a push, and Thomas looks like he has somewhere to run, but he goes nowhere on the play. And, we're talking about chasing points. They must have lost the card down there because, you feel like you should be up more, even though you're up 11, and, that psychologically can make a little bit of difference.
Central and Lexington Catholic tied 7-7 early second quarter. Thomas wants to throw on second down, tipped into the air, and if Andrew Yule sees it, he catches it. Kyle Robinson got a hand on it, batted up in the air. Now Yule's just grabbing his helmet like, Tony, it almost hit him in the helmet.
It did, and Kyle Robinson does what you teach a defensive lineman. He sees him throw it, throws a big paw up and hits it, and it flies straight up in the air, and Yules is looking down the field to see where the play is, and the ball lands right next to him.
End of a quarter, Trinity leads Ballard 14-13.
Wow.
We'll keep you updated on that one.
Wow, for now.
Third down and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 20. Empty backfield. Thomas wants to throw. Pressure comes. Screen up the middle. He's got his man across the 30 and a first down as he's tripped up as he crosses the 30. Great play call. Nathan Hobbs with the catch. Needed 10. Got about 10 and a half. And it's a first down. First time the Tigers brought pressure, Tony, and the Mill Bulldogs had the perfect call.
It was, and it was a great call. They had everybody split. They make it look like they're going down the field, and they throw that little missile screen underneath, and first down Bulldogs out to their own 31.
Thomas, again, an empty backfield. Wants to throw. Three-man rush. Tigers can't get to him. They're running down the line of scrimmage. Now Jack Daly cuts him off at the 33, fights his way to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 for T.J. Thomas. Robinson, Cronk, and Daly all in on the tackle. Second down, and we'll call it 7.
Well, Coach Wolf had to kind of cringe right there. Thomas tried to cut back after he stopped, and a bunch of Tigers lining him up to hit him. So they get it out to the 35. 8:33 left, first half. Tigers lead the Bulldogs 18-7.
4 receivers to the right, 4 to the left, 1 to the right, empty backfield. Looking left, Thomas nowhere to go and brought down in the backfield. Looked to throw it. Tigers jumped it, and Washburn, or is that Cronk? That's Jack Cronk who made the tackle as Thomas got about a half yard across the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up third down and a long 5.
Well, we'll see what Coach Wolf does here. Great play last time on third down with the jet screen. Look for him to throw the ball out into the flats, what they've liked to do here early in the football game.
Bibb, McCauley, and Hobbs to the left. 2 receivers to the right, including B.K. Smith. Empty backfield again. Tigers show pressure. They bring 5. Thomas in trouble, hit and dropped. Washburn will get the sack, but the first guy there was Max Willinger, who caused T.J. Thomas to step up into the waiting arms of a couple of Tigers.
Well, Willinger looked upset about something. It kind of scared me there. Maybe there was a flag. But they got the push up the middle, and a Bulldog did come open over the middle, but when you don't have time to throw it, doesn't matter. So the Tiger defense does a great job, and the Bulldogs have the ball at their own 31, and they're going to be kicking it away from about their own 18, 19-yard line.
4th down and 10. And Cahalan deep for the Tigers. Cheshire in to kick it away. Good snap. No pressure. Boots it out of there. Low screamer bounces at the 48. Takes 2 hops right up into the waiting arms of Cahalan. He's across the 45 and stops short of midfield. B.K. Smith made the tackle along with co-captain Andrew Arnold. But great field position for the Tigers again here with 7:18 to go in the half.
Great field position, the way they're moving the ball. And Cahalan, the rugby player, he can scoop that thing up off the ground and take off. So he gets it out to about the 48-yard line. Tigers have it at their own 48. They lead 18-7 here in the first quarter. And Desmond Ritter back in the shotgun for the Tigers.
He's got 2 to the right and 1 to the left. Sam Taylor to his right. Ben Blinko Jr. is the H-back. Fake it to Seeger, give it to Taylor, up the gut. He's across midfield, fights his way to the 45. And it takes 3 Bulldogs to bring him down there. Jacob Banta, the defensive end, hanging on for dear life, gives Sam the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
And John, that offensive line, doing a phenomenal job. Lands and Ferris over here at Eberly, the center, on the right side.
Second and short. Taylor the lone setback this time. 4 receivers in the pattern, including Blanco in the slot to the left. Mail with 4 to line of scrimmage. Option left, pitch to Sam. First down, across the 40, tripped up at about the 35-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play, and another first down for the Tigers. There's Banta, who limps off now after he made that tackle.
Well, the Tigers have the Bulldog defense on their heels. The play before, that Taylor ran the ball, there wasn't anybody within 4 yards of him coming through the line of scrimmage. Then they go to the option right there, and Taylor gets it up the field. First down, Tigers at the Bulldog 35.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Des takes a snap, give it to Sam. Basic play up the middle. He's got 5, maybe 8. They'll spot it at the 28, so a 7-yard gain for Sam Taylor. And kind of tripped himself up. Not a whole lot of contact by the male defense.
Yeah, John, and Bulldogs had 3 guys on the ground at the line of scrimmage, and if that happens and they get in that secondary, we've seen it all night long. Tigers thrashing them, running the football.
Seeger, Meredith to the right. Cameron Garrett to the left. Split backs, 1 to the right, 1 to the left of Desmond. Fake it to Sam. Des up the middle. Runs into one of his own blockers and gets loose and is inside the 20 and finally brought down at about the 15-yard line. Not much there, but he got 12 out of it.
Well, he ran into his center, Andrew Eberly, and Eberly kind of gave him a little bump, and Des almost got out of there, so they get the ball down to the 15. 5:50 left, first half, 18-7 Tigers, and they're moving.
Tigers in the green zone, brought to you by the Eye Care Institute. Cameron Garrett gets an early start. I think he's saying, look, this defensive end over here, or this cornerback's calling signals. The referee's not buying. It's a 5-yard penalty. That'll push the Tigers back to the 20.
Well, just a little bit of hurry, and I know we probably drill it too much, but those 5-yard penalties change everything. But the Tigers do have the ball at the Bulldog 20, first and 15.
18-7, the Tigers lead it here. 5:34 to go, first half. Ritter's got Taylor to his right. 4 receivers. Option right. Pitch to Sam. Makes one man miss. Gets outside to the 15. Fights his way inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Gain of 11. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And you got to gang tackle this guy, Tony, and the Bulldogs are having trouble with it.
You know, he's not the fastest. He's not the quickest. He's not the biggest, but he's awful good. And he always goes forward. And when the Bulldogs get to him, Sam Taylor is a determined football player. I heard he's the same way in the classroom. Everything Sam Taylor does, he does not let up at all. And Sam Taylor right now doing a great job running the football.
Late first half, the Sales and Cal are tied at 7. Timeout taken here, I think, by the
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. We'll take a quick one as well. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Knights. It's the best way to travel.
Back at St. X, Tigers threatening again. 4:56 to go in the half. They have a 2nd and 4 at the male 9. Des keeps it. He's to the 5. First down. Falls forward about the 4-yard line. Robert Sheffield, the co-captain, tackles his Tiger co-captain, Des Ritter, but it'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers at about the 3-yard line.
Well, they make it look like a handoff up the middle. And, boy, coming around the outside is Desmond Ritter. When Ritter gets that corner, he's fast. He's a big, tall guy, but he can get down there. Tigers get the ball to the 3. 1st and goal.
Meredith and Garrett to the left. Blanco, or actually 2 H-backs in there. As Merritt's in there with Blanco. Give it to Sam. Tackled just shy of the goal line, but he's inside the 1-yard line. Davion Higgs, Stephon Mays combine on the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and goal, ball inside the 1-yard line.
Tigers in their big package with Merritt and Blinko in there in front of Ritter and Taylor.
I wouldn't want to get in Isaac Merritt's way, I'll tell you that. Taylor in the backfield now. Merritt and Blinko split out to the right. Dez keeps it. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Desmond Ritter, his 2nd of the night from a yard out.
Well, they show the shotgun, and Ritter walks up, and they ran it out of that on a jet sweep the last time.
Somebody can send Owen Johnson in the game right here, please.
He just came in, John. I think they found him.
Owen Johnson had gone to Hardee's, apparently, in Shelby County to get something to eat.
I was going to say, Hardee's is no longer across the street, so I don't know where he was going.
So Brewer Cahalan will hold it and try to give the Tigers an 18-point lead here with 4:06 to go in the first half. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. 25-7, St. X leads. Late first half, you're listening to St. X High School football and watching on Live Sportscaster and the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you.
We're going to school.
I'm hearing 2 commercials, buddy.
Experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Just call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you.
There's just one
what
now.
are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. Kickoff out of bounds this time from Owen Johnson. And Mail will start at the 35. Jim Brinkman, Desmond Ritter has made almost every decision correctly here tonight on those zone reads.
Yeah, well, with quarterback sneak, it doesn't seem like it's that tough to figure out.
Before that, buddy. Come on.
Okay. I mean, the St. Xavier offense is definitely running on all cylinders tonight. The things, that they're doing, the wide receivers are blocking well, and they're making the right, the jet sweeps working well. Obviously the shovel pass would have worked, for a touchdown. So, let's see what the D can start putting this away.
And it's getting to the point where Chris Wolf needs some points on the board. Thomas wants to throw, look deep. Now he pulls it down, hit as he throws. It's airmail, and it's going to be picked off down at the 24-yard line. He threw it up for grabs, and Austin Eisert makes the interception. Bibb was the closest Bulldog, but T.J. Thomas just had in his mind, I'm going to throw it up here.
Well, I believe it was Kyle Robinson. I'm not sure, John, but somebody brought late pressure from the outside, and Thomas just decided he was going to throw it as he got hit, and it was a punt. That's all it was. Yeah. And the receiver had no chance, and another huge turnover. And I tell you what, with 4 minutes the way the Tiger offense is rolling, Coach Wolf has got to really be shaking his head over there on the male sideline.
Second turnover of the night for the Bulldogs. Second interception thrown by T.J. Thomas. Desmond Ritter back in the shotgun. He's got Taylor behind him and Blinko in front of him. In motion is Cahalan. They give it to Sam. Tripped up. Still fights his way out to the 25 for a gain of 2. One of those big linemen, Micah Bland, got his hand on Sam, just kind of knock him off balance. It's 2nd and 8.
And a good 2-yard run by Sam Taylor because he didn't have much there, but he falls forward. Instead of getting no gain, he gets 2 yards on the play. Now, if I'm Coach Wolford, I don't get any fancy. I try to run the football here, run some clock, and keep it away from Mail, and hope we move it like we've been moving it.
Tigers will get the ball. High snap over Dez's head. Takes 2 bounces, and he falls on it back at the 12-yard line. Not a horrible snap. Looked like Dez just took his eyes off of it.
I think so, John. They were running the option, it looked like, over here, and I think Dez just started a little early. It's like, the receiver sometimes runs without the football, and that's what happened. But a smart move by Desmond Ritter, not trying to pick the football up, and something disastrous happened. So now Bulldogs are in a good spot. If I'm the Tigers again, John, I'm thinking run the ball here.
3 minutes to go. Clock continues to run here in the first half. It's 3rd and 21, back at the 13-yard line. Dez wants to throw. Now he's going to pull it down and run up the middle. Fights his way out near the 20. They'll mark it at the 19. It's a gain of 7. And that'll bring up fourth down. And we'll see Zach Collins for the second time tonight.
And, John, I think that was the inside screen, and Ritter read it right because the Bulldogs had it defended, and I think everybody was running to it. And when Dez said, hey, I can't throw it, I think it was a blessing that he tucked the ball and took off because the clock runs down to 2:30 here in the first half. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts left. Tigers do lead 25-7 as we're approaching 2 minutes left in the first half.
Late first half, Beechwood leads KCD 14-7. So Collins in to kick it away. Only one male Bulldog deep. It's B.K. Smith. Zach gets it out of there. Good kick. And it's going to bounce near the male sideline and go out of bounds. No chance. It was Hobbs back there. No chance for him to make a play on it. But a terrific directional kick that time, Tony, from Zach Collins.
It was. He kicked it, got a good distance on it. But the important part was to keep it away from the deep guy. Goes out of bounds, and the Bulldogs are going to take over, it looks like, at their own 39-yard line. 2:02 left, first half. Tigers offense playing well, but the bad snap there kind of disrupted them.
But a 42-yard kick for Zach Collins with no return. You'll take that every time.
Yes, sir.
First and 10 male. They've got 2 timeouts left at their own 39-yard line and 2:02 to play here in the half, excuse me. Thomas wants to throw, 3-man rush, wants to go high and deep. He's got a man, but it's well out of bounds. Pretty good coverage that time, actually, by Jake Taylor. There was a little separation by Smith, but while the ball was in the air, Taylor made up that distance.
He did, and these two corners, Taylor and Izard, a lot of times, we've seen it all year long. Teams try to go deep, and they just try to take athletes and run them at you. You got to run step for step, and that way at least you put the pressure on them to put the ball on the money, and that ball was thrown out of bounds. Actually, the ball was caught, but it was out of bounds.
1:55 to go. Clock stops on the incompletion. 2nd and 10. And again, an empty backfield for Thomas. 5 receivers in the pattern. And the
motion.
Yeah, the receiver here in the slot, and it was Deion Montgomery, decided to switch feet.
And that I thought the same thing. Why are you set, and then you're switching your feet, and you know the count, and it cost him 5 yards.
They'll move it back to the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 15.
It almost tells you he was going to get the football on that play because he was setting his feet maybe to step back to get the football. But Tigers have taken the outside linebacker, Chandler Simpson, and they've got guys all out here in coverage.
4 to the left, 1 to the right. B.K. Smith by himself to the right. He turns around and gives a little signal to T.J. Thomas. Looks left, now looks over the middle. Now he'll pull it down. Wants to throw high and deep behind the defense, and it is incomplete on a good
oh, no way. There wasn't any contact.
No, I think the problem was Jake Taylor decided to just run right through the receiver. So it's going to cost the Tigers 15, but I think they've done a good job here lately, Tony, and they've been coached to know when a 15-yard penalty is not a bad thing.
Yeah, and if you're the safety, you have to stay back. In this situation especially. Now, Thomas takes off like he's going to run the football. You can't break down in that defensive backfield. You can tackle a guy 15 yards down the field, but if you come up and they throw the ball over you, you have no help. So a good, wise play if you think you're beat. It's only 15 yards at this level, but, yeah, you had the binoculars on it. I did, and I'll be quiet.
Trinity leads Ballard now 28-13 midway through the second quarter over on Shelbyville Road. Male has the ball at their own 49, 1:45 to go in the half. St. X leads it 25-7. Thomas alone in the backfield again. Straight drop, a little hitch and go. Has Montgomery across the middle, but threw it behind him, incomplete. Closest Tiger was Desmond Ritter. Will Wolford told me off the record yesterday, I can reveal it now, that you'll see some Desmond Ritter in passing situations in safety tonight.
But wouldn't you change? Wouldn't you
well.
change your defense back there and have him as a one deep safety, and then move your other guys into the spot so he is the safety? You don't want him in the middle of a play where he has to come up and make a big hit. You want him as the guy that plays the pass.
2nd down. Thomas wants to throw again. A little bubble screen across the middle to Hobbs, and he's dropped immediately. Jack Cronk saw it the whole way. They're going to call it incomplete. So it will not be a loss of a yard. It will just be an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10.
And a bad break for the Tigers right there because the clock stops with 1:34. Bulldogs would have had to use a timeout or let the clock run.
3rd down and 10 from their own 49.
And, John, in this situation, you got to play deep and come up and play the ball. You cannot let a Bulldog hitch and go on you right here. It's better to give up 10 or 15 yards than a bunch.
And we'll have Jim check on Jacob Stouffer, but that's another reason Des Ritter's in there, Tony. Straight drop, has time, hit as he throws, intercepted again. This time it's Jake Taylor, third interception for the Tigers. He's across midfield and brought down at the male 44-yard line. And I think the pressure on Thomas affected that pass.
And, John, I didn't get a number. You might go down to Jim and see who brought the pressure, because the guy that brought the pressure made the play and made Thomas get it out of there.
Jim Brinkman, the Tiger defense has been stellar, and guys are not dropping interceptions this week.
Yeah, I got to give a little bit of doubt to T.J. Thomas. The quarterback has been high and off target for a lot of those passes. The first pass that was picked off, and then now this one.
1st and 10. Ritter wants to throw. Does throw. It's caught at the 34. Getting out of bounds quickly is Michael Meredith at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 13. Just a little quick out pattern and down the field, which I like better than to the side.
Tigers have the 3 timeouts, and what they did is they cleared out with Seeger. He ran the corner out of the play, and Meredith gets down the field, and Desmond Ritter on the money again, and Michael Meredith hauls it in.
Yeah, and good point, Tony. Tigers still have all 3 timeouts left. 3 receivers to the left, including Blanco in the slot that way. 1 to the right. Sam Taylor in the backfield. They'll give it to Sam. Why not? Running up the middle, across the 30, 25, down to the 24-yard line before he's brought down. Jalen Hill, the strong safety, made the tackle. It's a gain of 7 for Sam on first down. Clock continues to run. We're at 1 minute. Empty backfield for Dez on 2nd and 3. Takes a snap. Quarterback draw. Running right. Got the first down to the 20 and goes out of bounds. And
whoa,
late, and there's a flag. It'll be half the distance from the 19. They'll move it to about the 9.5-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal. Tigers have lived in the green zone tonight.
They did, and I didn't like the call originally because I thought, well, you're running it again, but Dez pops it to the outside, gets it down, rolls out of bounds at about the 19, but, boy, just a mental mistake by the Bulldog defense. And I know Coach Wolf has got to be just pulling his hair out at that, because now the Tigers have the 3 timeouts, and they're going to get the ball down and a chance to put on more here at the end of the first half.
And, Tony, with 51 seconds with those 3 timeouts,
you can run it.
The entire playbook's open.
Yep.
You do anything you want here.
And, John, it's been so effective, the guy in motion and Dez keeping it, or Sam Taylor running the ball. And I tell you, the offensive line doing a great job. That's where I'd go.
Cam Garrett, Michael Meredith to the left. Seeger to the right. He's now in motion from right to left. They give it to Ben, running left, trying to get outside, gets a great block to the 5, and he goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line, a gain of 5. Boy, he got some great blocking out there from Sam Taylor and Mac Blanco. Who else?
They did a great job. And Seeger he's using that wide side of the field to try to outrun him. Then he tried to cut it back and take it on. So a nice play call. Now you have set up Sam Taylor or Desmond Ritter to run the same play, John.
They mark it back of the 5.
I cannot believe they would run anything else.
They mark it back of the 5. It's a gain of 4 yards, 2nd down and goal. Clock stops because he went out of bounds with 44 seconds. In motion again is Seeger. Fake it to him. Dez up the middle, hit at the 4, fights his way not much more. Probably got to the 3-yard line. Tigers will probably use a timeout here, I would think.
Well, they can only run a couple plays.
Will Wolford wanted to get it down to 30 seconds, and he did. Calls timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. Tigers lead it by 25-7, threatening again. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
There are few things that truly inspire, like seeing young athletes succeed. With this in mind, the Courier-Journal created the Kentuckiana Sports Awards presented by Norton Sports Health. We're honoring Athletes of the Week for Southern Indiana and Metro Louisville all season long, naming all area teams for more than a dozen sports, and capping off the year with a red carpet banquet in June. Vote
Kevin, I think I got one more break this half. Check me if I'm wrong there.
The next break is going to be the end of the first half.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers. 25-7 Tigers lead it. 30 seconds to go in the half. And St. X has a 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Dez wants to throw after play action, and it is knocked away. Hobbs knocked it away, and then it rolled off the shoulder pad of Mac Blanco. And the Tigers will have to settle for a field goal. 4th down and 3. Well, if they make this, Tony, you get to 28-7. It was a weird way to get there, but I guess you'll take it.
Yeah, you hope right here that good snap, good hold. Owen Johnson gets it up, but interesting call when you're shredding them running the football.
And Hobbs was looking at 100 yards there.
I was thinking the same thing, John. That's the only thing could have happened bad there.
Cronk to snap, Cahalan to hold near the left hash mark, and Owen Johnson will try to put it through from 21 yards out. Plenty of leg. It's up and good. 28-7, Tigers lead it. We'll keep it right here after the 21-yard field goal from Owen Johnson. And, anything can happen with 21 seconds left, Tony, but love the clock management from the Tigers there.
Oh, a great job. The Tigers get the ball and they move. Male cannot stop them right now, running the football and running it. That's why, I don't mind them throwing the ball right there, but that pass right there, you hit the nail on the head. If he catches it and picks it off, that's like that Hail Mary in the first game. Yeah. And all of a sudden, Male goes into halftime with the momentum, even though they're down. But, hey, if you're the Tigers, you give me 3 touchdown lead at halftime.
Owen Johnson hadn't been able to – you're ecstatic. Owen Johnson hadn't been able to get one in the end zone. Tony, do you squib this one? Keep it away from Hobbs?
I squib it down the middle and tell him to keep it in the middle of the field.
Hobbs and B.K. Smith stand at the goal line. I mean, on a normal night, he would just kick it 8 yards deep in the end zone, but he has struggled here with the kickoffs tonight. Not this time.
Not that time.
Okay, how about 10 yards into the back of the end zone?
Almost in the pit over there.
I think Owen's a little angry with that last kickoff out of bounds. So Male will start at the 20, 21.3 seconds, 2 timeouts left. And if you're the Tigers, Tony, you put some guys in there and tell them play deep.
Oh, I'd have Desmond Ritter in the game, and he'd be playing 50 yards down the field.
And here he comes. So you got 5 DBs in there. Actually, Mullaby is going to come off. Tanner Brown will stay in.
And, John, I think I would take a linebacker out in this situation and play 5 DBs, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if they want to run the ball, you just thank them and let them get 20 yards.
And I think Male will run the football here. You know what? They can't have another disaster happen to them here at the end of the first half. So I think you'll see a safe play. It might be the throw out and, a little screen inside or run play, but I don't think Coach Wolf is going to try to do something stupid down by his own goal line.
New receiver in there. Actually, it's Garrett Dennis. I got him on my roster twice. Thomas wants to throw, in trouble. Now he'll pull it down. Still behind the line of scrimmage. Wants to throw it, does, and it's incomplete. Tried to throw it out of bounds, Tony. That hit Chandler Simpson in the shoulder, and he was still in bounds, and it deflected out of bounds. Bulldogs get away with one there.
They did, and I don't understand it at this point. If you think you can hit an 80-yard pass with the Tigers playing 4 guys off the line of scrimmage 20 yards, more power to you. And if he throws that ball to Chandler Simpson, you're pretty much packing this one away.
That is Andre Haynes. And 2 number 18s out there. Hand off to the Montgomery, running right. Robinson just sort of chases him to the boundary where he steps out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. A gain of 4 on the play to the 24-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 6.
And, John, if the Tigers can get a quick tackle, you can call a timeout and try to block a punt.
We'll get an update on Jacob Stouffer as well next time we go down to Jimmy. But right now it's 3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. 7.3 seconds to go here in the first half. It's a stretch run play to the left. Montgomery, he's going to have the first down. There's the flag. I thought Kyle Robinson got held, and the flag came out late, but it is down with 1.2 seconds to go.
Well, Kyle Robinson looked like a couple plays in the Louisville game last night where the offensive lineman just reached out and grabbed the guy. And Robinson turned around, and the referee on the side threw the flag. It's not going to be a big deal because I think Male will just take a knee right here and go to halftime.
1.2 seconds left. The penalty will move it back inside the 15-yard line. Actually, it'll move it back all the way to the 10-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 20 for the Bulldogs.
But, the way the Tiger offense has played tonight, and you said that, they're going to get the ball to Male will get the ball. You said that. That's right.
I said it wrong.
Male deferred and gave the Tigers the ball, but the Tiger offense has been on all gears with this 3-touchdown lead.
Thomas, they are going to hand it off to Montgomery, and he slips at the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 5, and that'll bring the half to an end. I don't understand that one because what if he puts it on the ground there? You pick it up, run it in. But it's 28-7 Tigers. At halftime, we'll stick here and get the comments of head coach Will Wolford. Quickly, Jim Brinkman, any update on Jacob Stouffer?
He actually went back into the game after the tape job, but he was noticeably limping, and then he came out. I think the Desmond Ritter was all about the trying to play center field, type.
Right.
But you have the inside information from Coach Wolford, from earlier this week. So
well, somebody has to come over here and do the interview, and you're busy working or whatever you do all week. But 28-7 Tigers lead it. Jim is
looking for the coach.
He's trying to avoid
the big guy in the middle.
He's trying to avoid big guys from knocking him down. Jimmy?
All right, we're here at Coach Wolford, 28-7. A little bit different than regular season.
Yeah, we probably left some points out on the field a little bit because I think we have two guys over 100 yards already rushing. But very happy the way we opened up, obviously. God, I'm waiting for our offense to do something on the first freaking drive of the game, but I guess that's just not us. But all the rest of the drives, they were great. And then the defense stepping up, and Austin Iser, showing why we moved him over on that side of the ball back in training camp. He's a heck of a player.
Coach, they are defending state champions. They've won 7 in a row. You're going to try to definitely go conservative the second half?
I can promise you this. We're not going to let up. We're not going to take the foot off. We won't relax. We won't feel like we've got it. Conservative, I don't know. I guess the storm's coming in. We'll see what happens.
All right, we're going to kick it back here to John and Tony, 28-7. At halftime, Tigers lead the Bulldogs.
Eye Care Institute halftime report is next. You're watching on Live Sports Center, and you're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Nights travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Don't touch that dial. The Eye Care Institute halftime report is up next on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998.
I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of the new Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X. This is where you start.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving this winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a Train and nearly impossible to beat up to 48-month special financing from DFH on the industry's most reliable comfort systems from Train. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details. No more excuses. Call DFH 968-6222. Online DFHcompany.com.
This is the Eye Care Institute Halftime Report on the Basic Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. Here are your hosts, John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. 28-7. St. X leads the male Bulldogs. 3 touchdowns for the Tigers. 4 touchdowns for the Tigers and a field goal. A couple missed 2-point conversion opportunities and a missed extra point. And that's how we got to 28-7. Tony, look at the stats. I have to think it's in favor of the Tiger offense, which has just been clicking on all cylinders tonight.
Boy, John, it is. And I'll start with individual stats, actually. Desmond Ritter is only 4 for 6 throwing the ball for 42, but he's got 11 carries for 112 yards. Sam Taylor, 15 carries for 127.
Wow.
So you got 2 guys combined running for 238. T.J. Thomas is only 5 for 16 for 112. Here's the most glaring stat to me. At the end of the first quarter, Male had 137 yards. At halftime, they have 152. So they only had 17 yards in the second quarter.
We sort of saw that in the first meeting where once the Tigers adjusted to the speed of the game, they just didn't let Male do anything.
Yeah, and it's, plays are pretty even. 37 plays for the Tigers for 275. 35 plays for the Bulldogs for 152. But it's been the Tiger offense.
And turnovers, Tom.
And turnovers, yeah. And you know what? One thing we really haven't talked about is Kyle Robinson and his buddies putting pressure on Thomas and making him throw the ball out of there. And the interceptions,
And most of the time, only a 3-man rush.
Yeah, so he's Thomas is 5 for 17, and he's got 3 interceptions.
Yeah, Mullaby with the first one. Jake Taylor had one, and Austin Eisert had one. And we said, win the turnover battle, you got a great shot at winning. Well, St. X is +3 in the turnover battle, and they're up 3 touchdowns.
Here's a stat that I just looked at. Male has average yard per rush, 1.5. Tigers, 7.5.
And Male, really, Tony, you see that average yards per rush. They haven't lined up anybody in the backfield on probably 80% of their offensive play.
Yeah,
Thomas has been back there by himself.
Yeah, it's been interesting how the Bulldogs have gone about running their offense. But you know what? If you can't stop the St. X offense, it doesn't matter what you're doing unless you're hitting big plays. And Male is capable of hitting big plays, and they can score quickly. So if you're the Tigers, you still have to play 2 more quarters and a half. But I tell you what, Coach Wilford has to just be so happy up 28-7 here at half.
I want to send our condolences out to the Walsh family tonight. Brian Walsh, good friend of Tony and mine, passed away.
Class of 85.
Class of 85 passed away this week. Had a battle with a heart attack about a month ago and never really got back to where he needed to be. And so our hearts are out to him, his brother Bradley, who is a soccer coach here at St. X. Saw Bradley at the funeral home tonight. Of course, Todd Walsh, a cousin of Brian's. Todd, the St. X coach, football coach. And again, to Karen, his Brian's wife, and the 2 girls, Abigail and Gracie, our heartfelt condolences, prayers with the family.
And, John, one thing I want to say is there's an award up here for Paulie Walsh, and he passed away years ago, Brian's uncle. And the Walshes are big. They're just not coaches up here. The family's really big in the St. X. They give the scholarship out, and it's just a great guy that everybody that knows him would just tell you, just a big teddy bear. And, we'll miss Brian.
And St. X condolences also to mom and dad, John Walsh especially. Condolences from the St. X family to the Walsh family tonight. We'll take a break, come back with more here on the Eye Care Institute Halftime Report. St. X with a 28-7 lead here at the break over the Male Bulldogs in the state quarterfinals of 6A. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Basic Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissey. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights. It's the best way to travel.
Hey, St. X fans, want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers, 28-7. Tigers lead male here in round 3, quarterfinals of the 6A state playoffs. Quick hello to Joe Mattingly, who is out here tonight. Got a lot of people coming up saying hi to us. Our buddy Tom Schlayton, class of 76, came up and said hi. We'll see Tom and Steve Beckman and all those guys at our normal watering hole after the game, won't we, Tony?
Yeah, even Steve Jackson got in somehow.
I don't know what that's all about.
But no.
He told him to go somewhere else after the game.
Well, I tell you, this is just so important, this home field advantage. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. To win the district, get 3 games in a row here against Manual, the first game against Muhlenberg County, but to play Manual and Male here is huge. And people can say, well, it's you're not traveling, Male doesn't have to travel, but just something about it. Everybody's in their home environment.
And Male expended a lot of energy last week in a hard-fought, tough win over PRP. They lost Gunterman with a foot injury, so they're down a little bit, and they got a lot taken out of them last week. Give PRP credit. They're a good football team.
And the Tigers were on all cylinders last week again against Manual. So a St. X team, and you want to peak late in the year. And this team, you look at the 3 losses. I always go back when somebody asked me about the Tigers. I said, you've lost to Trinity, who's undefeated, number 1 in 6A. You lost to Bowling Green, who's undefeated in 5A.
On the road.
You lost to Cincinnati St. X in a game you were leading at halftime, weren't playing well. And as Jim Brinkman informed us, the next week Cincinnati St. X beats undefeated Coleraine in the first round of the playoffs up there. So those are your 3 losses. Those games make you better. And now Desmond Ritter has developed into what we expected Desmond Ritter to be. We still got a whole half here, and hopefully there are a couple more stages to go. But Desmond Ritter is the guy really running this show.
If you're Coach Chris Wolf in the locker room, obviously the Bulldogs get the ball first, start the second half. What are you telling your guys? You got to score on this first drive, Tony.
Yeah, they have to stick to the playbook. You can't try to do things, they'll just throw it up in the air every time. They've got talent. They've got athletes. And right now, he's got to get their confidence back. And confidence, and you hit the nail on the head. They got to move the ball and get points. If they don't get it on the first one, they have to stop the Tigers right off because you start running out of possessions in the second half. So I know Coach Wolf is down there trying to build confidence with his guys, but, boy, that St. X offense and defensive line playing well tonight.
Christian Academy has taken a 14-7 lead over the Sales midway through the third quarter out at Cal. We'll keep you updated on any of the scores that we come across here on the Twitter machine.
Trinity they're up 35-20 now on Ballard.
A minute to go in the first half over there at Marshall Stadium. We'll take a break, come back. Second half football is on the way. Tigers back out from the locker room. Male still getting an earful over on the baseball field from Coach Chris Wolf. We'll come back with second half action You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
This has been the Eye Care Institute halftime report. Stand by for live second half action on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving another winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on new Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train. Visit trainbiggame.com for your chance to win a $2,000 rebate. Call DFH 968-6222 for details, or visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. DFH.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
You're listening to the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Coverage of St. X High School football on 790 WKRD Louisville. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Knights Travel. Fly by Nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal. Now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Let's head back to the field for the second half and join John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman for tonight's big game.
Back at Brother Thomas More Stadium, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers, and Tony, is Mail going to come back over?
They're coming over right now,
Here they
Johnny.
come, finally. But 28-7, Tigers lead it here, round 3 of the 6A playoffs. Tigers got on the board first, 6-yard run on their second possession by Desmond Ritter. The extra point was no good. It was 6-0 Tigers. Then Ben Seeger on the jet sweep with a 3-yard touchdown run. The 2-point attempt was no good. It was 12-0 Tigers. And then Mail's only score of the half, a 14-yard touchdown pass from T.J. Thomas to B.K. Smith. Made it 12-7 after a quarter. But it was all Tigers in the second quarter. Austin Eisert, a 2-yard run. And Desmond Ritter, a one-yard run, his second touchdown of the night. And, of course, Johnson with a field goal. 21-yarder late in the half. It's 28-7 St. X here at halftime. Quick hello to Chris Grisani, listening in Mishawaka, Wisconsin.
I know where that's at.
With his
it's almost in Michigan. We've been up that way.
Daughter and grandchildren, and I'm assuming son-in-law. Trinity with a 35-20 lead late in the first half over Ballard. A couple of scores of interest to pass along. The 6A on the other side of the bracket, Scott County now leads Ryle 28-27 at halftime. And Bowling Green in 5A with a 21-14 lead with 4.5 to go in the first half over Owensboro. So Bowling Green, who has just run through everybody, struggled last week and having their hands full with the Owensboro, I guess they were the Devils, the Red Devils.
They were the Red Devils. I guess they still are.
That's politically incorrect, of course.
North Bullitt leads South Oldham 28-21 at half. The Oldham's against the Bullets.
And we're ready to go. Is Owen Johnson. And there's another booming kick. Got the wind at his back here in this third quarter. Tigers took the win. Tony, they want to put this one away.
I believe so, John. But it's, you still have to keep playing defense. You got to tackle. And if you're Coach Chris Wolf, you're coming and you're wanting to go.
First and 10 for Mail at their own 20. 28-7, the Tigers lead it. We are getting ready to go here in the second half. One guy we haven't seen tonight, Tony, Ryan Adams. He is on the sideline. He looks like he's ready to go. He's standing right next to Bart Bruner.
He was in there earlier, John.
On that defensive staff, but Andrew Yules has gotten the majority of the snaps
well,
in that defensive end position, and he's been great.
He's been great. And we do not see Stouffer back at safety. We have Tanner Brown in that spot.
They are actually retaping Jacob Stouffer as we speak over on the training table. Shotgun for Thomas. They want to establish a run, give it to Montgomery. Jukes a couple of times, was in trouble. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Chandler Simpson stops him for a 1-yard gain, but Montgomery got the ball and looked at a couple of black uniforms as soon as he ran through there.
Andrew Yules up the field, turned him back in, and boy, Kyle Robinson had him in a great move just to get away from Yules and Robinson. And those are your two guys on the those three guys playing on the outside, and both of them are in the backfield.
2nd and 9, two receivers to the left, or to the right, excuse me.
Watch him throwing it out there.
Two tight ends now on 2nd down and 9. Play action, wanting to throw deep. Throws high and deep down the middle of the field, and good defense by the Tigers. Heading right for the football was Austin Eisert. It was intended for B.K. Smith. He just cut off the route. Going for the football, it's 3rd and long.
Well, nice job. Eisert running with him and just plays the football, like you said, just like the receiver would, and that's the way you have to play it. And Bulldogs, after the first run on the stretch play, try to hit the big one with the post pattern down the middle. So 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. And if you're the Tiger defense, can get a stop here and get that ball back to that offense who's hot.
So Thomas sends one receiver each way. Two tight ends again here for the Bulldogs. Montgomery in motion out of the backfield. Empty backfield. Thomas to throw. 3-man rush. Looks for Montgomery. He's got him at the 20. The Tigers will bring him down short of the first down by a couple of yards. Cronk and Simpson combine on the tackle. Yules was out there as well. It's to the 20. Well, they give him the 28.5. Maybe the 28-yard line will be 4th and 2. And Bulldog offense.
I don't see a punter.
Will stay on the field.
Don't jump.
Thomas takes a snap. There's a whistle, and I think Chris Wolf called timeout right before the snap.
And, John, that's burning the timeout on your first possession, down 3 touchdowns.
Well, I think, Chris, we'll keep it right here. I think the thought was if we don't get this, we're in trouble, timeout.
Yeah, I think that's exactly.
They were going to snap it.
They were, and he thought, okay, we can't stop the Tigers right now. We have to keep the football. But then his other shoulder said, if we give them the football right here, the game's over.
42-20 now. Trinity leads Ballard at halftime as the Rocks have pulled away a little bit there. And, again, the winner of this one tonight will play the winner of that one next week. The winner of the Trinity-Ballard game will be the home team by the brackets. So the Bulldog offense stays out on the field.
Wow.
Cost them a timeout.
Watch for a quick kick right here.
2 to the right, 3 to the left. And T.J. Thomas, I don't think he's far enough back.
I don't think he is either. I think Coach Wolf has decided, hey, we're rolling the dice.
Tigers with a 3-man front. Ball is snapped. Thomas wants to throw. Quick throw to the right. It's caught for the first down. B.K. Smith at the 32-yard line. They needed 2. They got 4. And the drive is alive on first down for Mail.
And what you got to like as a Tiger fan and Coach Wolford, they're desperate right now. They're going for it on 4th down inside their own 30-yard line. So Coach Wolf right now does not believe his team can stop St. X.
2 to the left here on first down. lone setback in the backfield is Montgomery. He gets the call, running right, stutter step. Now he comes back to the left, in trouble and dropped in the backfield. Chandler Simpson stayed with the play.
And Andrew Yules got tackled on the play over there, and they did throw a flag, but they're gonna decline that.
It's a loss of 7 on the play back to the 25-yard line.
They cannot block Andrew Yules right now, John. The offensive line for the Bulldogs cannot block him. He's beating them off the ball. He's in the backfield, and he had that play sniffed out, and the Bulldog had to grab him.
Yules, the junior.
Holding against Mail.
And the Tigers will decline a penalty, as Tony said, and it'll be second down and 17 for the Bulldogs. 10-17 to go here, third quarter. St. X leads it 28-7. Smith to the right, Bibb to the left. Montgomery in the backfield. And it's interesting, Tony, now that they're down 3 touchdowns, they're coming out and playing 2 tight ends.
Well, they're going to throw the ball out of that, too. That's a formation. They use a lot of different sets. They'll go 4 guys one way, and then they'll go 2 and 2. They'll play 2 tight ends, but they'll throw out of this formation. This is just not a running formation.
And Will Wolford with a question for the officials, and looks like they've got it all straightened out. We're just about ready to go. They put some time back on the clock. 10:25 to go here in the third quarter. Thomas, shotgun. Montgomery now in motion from out of the backfield. Thomas wants to throw. Pressure comes late, rolls to the right, throws, has a man. It's incomplete. Intended for McCauley near the 40-yard line, and Rayshawn McCauley didn't go after it like his life depended on it, that's for sure. It's third and long.
Well, Chandler Simpson was in front of him in his zone coverage, and Simpson did jump up for the ball, so Thomas had to put a little air under it, and I think it might have just kind of thrown him off a little. And now the Bulldogs are looking at a 3rd and 17 from their own 25. Tigers lead 28-7, 10-12 left third quarter.
Smith to the right, Bibb to the left. McCauley tight end to the right. In the backfield, and now out of the backfield comes Montgomery. They want to throw a screen back to the right. They do throw it to Smith, and he's tackled immediately at the 25-yard line. That is Jake Taylor.
And John.
I take it back. It's Chandler Simpson again.
And John.
He's been everywhere earlier.
They let Max Willinger come, and he came so fast that Thomas had to throw the ball then, and the Tigers were already sniffing it out. And now, after going for it and getting it on 4th down, the Bulldogs are going to have to punt it away on 4th and 17.
No gain on that play. And Brewer Cahalan goes deep for the Tigers. Cameron Cheshire will kick it away. Backup quarterback for the Bulldogs. Good snap. Cheshire boots it out of there. Oh,
get away from it.
Squirrely bounces on the male side of the field. Rolls near midfield. Not much on that one for Cheshire. And the Tigers will start right at the 50. 25-yard kick. And no return. And no return because nobody could get near that ball.
Well, the Bulldogs have it, and they have to give it up. And, boy, Coach Wolford's got to love that starting the second half. So the ball's marked right at midfield. Tiger offense comes on for the first time here in the second half, and they've had a big night running the football.
Des Ritter in the shotgun. Straight handoff up the middle to Sam. He's got a yard, no more than that. Went right into that line of scrimmage, got behind the Big Uglies, but a good job of the defensive front of the Bulldogs. Micah Bland with a tackle, 2nd and 9. And the clock is the Tigers' friend here with 8:55 to go in the third. Seeger in motion from right to left. Des takes a handoff, and he gives it to Ben. Running left, great tackle after a gain of about 3 from Davion Higgs. He doesn't make that tackle. Seegers may have the left sideline.
Yeah, really a nice setup by the Tigers, but a better defensive play by the Bulldogs. So if you're the Tigers, you don't want to give it right back to the Bulldogs here. We'll see what the Tigers dial up and Coach Nuremberg.
3rd and 6 at the Mayo 46. Empty backfield, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Now the Tigers stand up and look to the sideline.
Boy, how'd you like to be the center every time and get down there and have to look over to the sideline?
I would not. Des rolls to the right. Pressure comes late. He throws. He's got a man incomplete. Nice defense. Knocked away at the last minute by Robert Sheffield. Was it Meredith?
I believe so,
It was
John.
Sam Taylor, actually.
Okay.
Sam Taylor,
Saw the deuce.
intended receiver, but Sheffield got there at the perfect time and knocked it away.
And that ball was gunned in there by Desmond Ritter as they roll it to the right. And I think the Tigers kind of got into what they did the first drive of the night where they went 3 and out. They kind of went away from running that fake handoff and getting Taylor in there and Ritter and trying a few different things. But you have to run Ben Seeger some to keep him honest. 2 guys deep for the Bulldogs.
2 men deep. It's Smith and Hobbs, and Zach Collins will kick it out of there. Short kick. Doesn't want to return and kicked it out of bounds over on the male sideline. That's going to be near the 20, maybe inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 21-yard line. So only a 25-yard kick. But effective in that there's no return.
Yeah, you don't want the Bulldogs getting the ball in space, and that's the biggest fear. I know Coach Wolford coming into this one. So the Bulldogs go for it on 4th down on their first possession. They get it, but it stalls. Tigers go 3 and out. 8:02 left, third. Tigers have a 3-touchdown lead.
It's actually at the 20, so 1st and 10, a 26-yard kick for Zach Collins. But again, directional kick. Booted it out of bounds. We're having a little trouble with the chain crew right now as they try to fix that issue. DeSales, with 8:06 to play, has tied Christian Academy now 14-all over at Cal. We'll keep you updated. So Mayo with 1st and 10, 8:02 to play, 3rd quarter. St. X leads at 28-7. TJ Thomas brings his team to the line of scrimmage, and we are ready to play some football after they get the chain gang all taken care of. Empty backfield on 1st down. Thomas, quick throw to the right to Smith. Hit as he crosses the 21. Good job to fight his way to the 23-yard line. Jake Taylor there for the tackle. It's a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Just that quick out pass, a nice tackle by Taylor. He took the brunt of it, but he came up quickly and made sure that the receiver went to the ground.
Montgomery's in the backfield on 2nd down and 7. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. And they give it to Montgomery, running the stretch play to the left. He cuts back to the middle of the field. He's going to be hit short of the 25-yard line and dropped in a late flag, and that's going to be against the Tigers. Saw one of the offensive linemen from Mayo go down late. Don't know who hit him.
I do. He's coming out of the game, too.
And he does it a lot, so you know who it is.
There was no need for that. The Tigers do a great job, and he runs in and drills a lineman after the play.
So Mayo will get 15, will turn to 3rd and 6 into a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
And I'm not going to I'm not going to pick on somebody, but my way I feel about that as a coach is that's selfish. There's no reason for it in the game. You're hurting your team by being selfish, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
1st and 10 Mayo out at their own 39-yard line. 2 receivers each way. Now Montgomery out of the backfield to leave it empty. Thomas wants to throw, has all day. Now he's going to roll to the left, throws it late. It's caught at the 45. Fighting his way to midfield and a 1st down is Garrett Dennis, listed as a backup quarterback. But it's a 1st down for the Bulldogs at midfield. Great job by Thomas there. He waited for the defender who was guarding Dennis to come toward him. Thomas looked like he was going to run, pulled it down, and just threw it over the defender. 1st and 10 Mayo at midfield. 2 receivers each way. Montgomery in the backfield. Quick throw to the left to Bibb, and he's dropped immediately. The ball's out. They're going to call it incomplete. Doug Schaffner came up with it, but they're going to call it an incomplete pass, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Boy, Bibb, I think he caught it, Tony. He was hit immediately.
Well, there's about 8 coaches on the St. X sideline that went nuts when that, and Coach Wolford was the closest to the referee, but no dice. Referee to said it's incomplete.
Jake Taylor made the hit immediately, and then Doug Schaffner picked it up, and he was looking for some yardage. But 2nd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Thomas rolling to the right. It's a design run. Cuts back inside. He's just got nowhere to go. Hit in the backfield and dropped. Jack Cronk and Ryan Adams combine on the tackle. Loss of a couple to bring up 3rd and long.
Nice job. And every time that the Bulldogs try to get a lot of guys out there, Tigers are doing a great job on the edge and just jamming the play up. Bulldogs have been more effective a lot of times when they have to cut it back and go against the grain. But great play by the Tigers. So Bulldogs in a 3rd and 12 from their own 49.
3 to the left, 4 to the left, 1 to the right, and an empty backfield. Thomas, quick throw to the left. Caught by Hobbs. Makes one man miss, and he's got some room. Tripped up. Terrific play, Nick Mullaby. Boy, Cronk had a shot at Hobbs in the backfield. And give Nathan Hobbs credit. He made a terrific move and got to the St. X 44 to bring up 4th and 4. and the Bulldog offense will stay on the field.
Well, John, Tommy Ruxer always wants me to say his name on the radio, so I'm not going to say it because he just walked by. But a big play right here. 4th and 4 from the Tiger 44 for the Bulldogs. 28-7 Tigers, just under 6 minutes left in the third.
The Bulldogs have converted 1 4th down here in the second half. They try to make it another one. Thomas alone in the backfield. Tigers only bring 3. Thomas rolls to the right, in trouble late, throws late, and this one's going to be thrown out of bounds. Boy, if you're T.J. Thomas, Tony, you have to throw it in the field of play somewhere.
Yeah, Johnny.
That was 15 yards out of bounds.
But he was being chased down by Jack Cronk and Ryan Adams, and he just ran out of real estate, and you're right. You throw it up in the air way down the field, and if the Tigers catch it, it's just a punt.
Right.
But now Tigers get great field position at their own 44, and Desmond Ritter and Sam Taylor and a bunch come onto the field.
5:39 to go here in the third quarter. Tigers still have the same lead they had at the half, 28-7. Cahalan in motion from right to left. They give it to Taylor up the gut. Fights his way forward, had 3, knocked a defender down and got 4. Well, they'll spot it back at the 48. It's a gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Well, Davion Hill and Sam Taylor met each other right there, boy, and that was a collision. And Tigers move it out, get a good 4 on first down.
But even after the hit, Sam got an extra yard out of it.
And, John, I don't think you're going to go away from what's worked, and that's what the Tigers go right back to Sam Taylor.
Cahalan, Mueller, and Blanco to the right. Garrett to the left on 2nd and 6. Option left, not even an option, just a quick pitch to Sam. In trouble in the backfield, fights his way for a yard to the 49-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. A play where Sam should have been stopped in the backfield, but he fought off a tackle.
Well, the Bulldogs did a great job there. They got to Ritter quickly and made him have to pitch it quick. Desmond's great at getting to the edge, forcing him to play him, and then pitching the football. But right there, great job by the Bulldog defense.
3rd down and 5. Des, little option right there. Run the shovel pass to Blanco. He's not going to get the first down. Jalen Hill, first man there, inside Male territory down to the 49-yard line. A gain of a couple. It'll bring up 4th down. The Tigers will have to kick it away. And again, St. X has won the field position battle all night long, Tony.
And after just moving the ball at will in the first half, Tiger offense is not moving the chains here, but they have great field position, and they just kick it out of here and play defense. We're down to 4 minutes left in the third. 28-7 Tigers out here at St. X High School. Brother Thomas More Field.
Zach Collins to kick it away. Hobbs deep for the Bulldogs. Boy, great job by Collins on a low snap. This one kicked toward the sideline, and it's going to hit right at the 10-yard line and take a left turn out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 11. Great job by Zach Collins, 37 yards and no return. First down, Male, 3:48 to go in the third.
You cannot do it any better than that right there. You pin them down. They're going to get the ball to the 11-yard line, and no return. Now, Tiger defense has got to keep doing what they're doing and hopefully get the ball back to the offense. Field position, huge, especially when you have a 3-touchdown lead.
3:48 left here in the third quarter. 28-7, Tigers lead. Trying to advance to the state semifinals next week. Not a lot of hop in the Male Bulldog step right now, Tony. Tyler Ritchie in at running back now on 1st and 10 from the 11. T.J. Thomas in the pistol. Hands it to Ritchie up the middle, and he just runs into a bunch of Tigers. Cronk was there. Daly was there. The first guy he ran into was Max Willinger, and then Ewells got in on the act.
Yeah, Ewells once again getting up the field, and it's just so hard for these guys, these big Bulldogs up front, to play with the quickness. Willinger's done a great job. Robinson and Adams, who came in the ball game, who has not played a lot, only because Ewells has played so well.
In the last drive, a couple of tackles for Ryan Adams. 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. Ritchie in motion out of the backfield, leaves it empty. Thomas wants to throw. Pressure comes up the middle late. He's hit and he's dropped in the end zone.
They're going to give him forward
progress. I think it's a good call. They're giving him the 2. I don't know if that's a good call, but it will not be a safety. But, boy, Tony, Kyle Robinson in there. He was I thought he was doing a great job of trying to push Taylor in the end zone and then tackling. That's smart football.
And those guys, John, up front are just beating the Bulldogs, and Thomas doesn't have a chance. He's letting the play. They're trying to develop passes down the field, and by the time Thomas looks up, he sees a Tiger, and he's bailing out, and he's just trying to run for his life.
Loss of 8 brings up 3rd down and 19 from the 2. Thomas will take this snap in the end zone. And he will fake it to Richie. Wants to throw it high and deep. Actually pulls it down now. In trouble. In the end zone. He gets out of it. Still being chased. Still in the end zone. Runs across the 10, and is knocked down at about the 15. Short of the first down. They'll spot it at the 16. Great job by T.J. Thomas to keep that play alive. He got about 14 yards to bring up fourth down, and this time Chris Wolf will send the punt team in.
That was his best Houdini job
Yes.
right there, because he was pinned in. He ran one way, ran the other way, and he was getting close to where he had nobody to throw it to, either a sack or throw it away for a safety, and luckily for the Bulldogs, it gets out here. Now, if you're the Tigers, you still have to play this conservatively, John, because you don't want a fake punt right here. Bulldogs are running out of possessions.
Cahalan's deep. Cheshire in to kick it away.
That's what you can't
and Mullaby
do.
jumps off sides. On fourth down and 5, that'll make it a first down.
I don't know, John. I think it's still going to be short. It says 5 on the board, but that down marker looks longer than 5.
No, I think it's 5, Tony, with the binoculars on it. Actually,
it said Tigers called timeout.
Tigers got a timeout. We'll take one as well real quick. 1:36 to go in the third. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after
what a
season,
break that is.
Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissig. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Well, a mystery timeout there. We'll head down to Jim after this punt and see what happened, because
it worked.
It was 4th and 5. It looked like the Tigers jumped off sides, and instead St. X gets the timeout. Their first of the half. So Cheshire, he's going to throw it. Throws it high and deep down the left side, and it's caught and incomplete. Knocked away at the last minute. Boy, give Ryan Newts credit, Tony. That was intended for Robert Sheffield, and Ryan Newts was with him and reached in and knocked it away at the last minute. The Tigers will start at the male 16-yard line.
It was actually a really good throw, John.
Great throw.
And it's one-on-one running down the sideline, and Newts just gets his hand in a second. Let's go down to Jimmy.
Jimmy, what happened on that timeout?
Well, the line judge threw a flag, and then a mystery timeout came from like the back judge. That is the second thing. That was definitely an interception on the previous drive. The ball came up on.
Ritter runs the option to the left, pitches it to Sam, and he's pushed out of bounds after a minimal gain. Jimmy?
Finish that, Jim.
Yeah, so on that play by the sideline, that I don't know if you guys could see it, the ball actually was sitting on the receiver's back, and I think it was Chandler Simpson or whoever the defensive back was, just grabbed the ball. And, I mean, it was obvious it was an interception, and the ball never hit the ground. So I think the line judge, not getting a lot of support from it.
Taylor up the middle this time, inside the 20, down to about the 11, inside the 15, down about the 11 on second down. And it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. But, Tony, you don't want anything crazy here. You're in field goal range. And the field goal is huge right here.
It is, and the clock goes down to 1 minute left here in the third. 28-7 Tigers, trying to get some more points on the board after the male failed fake punt.
2 to the left, 1 to the right on 3rd and 5, and this just Sam running left. Spins out of one tackle. He'll get to the 10, and no more. Gain of a yard. Bulldogs stiffen after the 4th down pass that just got knocked away by Ryan Newts. Great play.
It was, and Ryan Newts did his responsibility, because you have to be ready for that. I just talked about it, and I think maybe why the Tigers called timeout, but I still would have been in more of a prevent, John, in that situation, because you don't care if they kick it out of there in that situation. Owen Johnson on the attempt, a 28-7-yard field goal.
From the left hash, he was good from 21 from the same angle, kicks it up, kicks it through. It's 31-7 Tigers. 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. We'll keep it right here. And Owen Johnson, Tony, 2 for 2 tonight. Missed that extra point early, but he's reliable.
He sure is, Sean. He's got great leg. Distance is never the issue of Owen Johnson. And those 3 right there spread this game out even more. So you're looking at a 4-score game. I mean, 3, you can get 8s. But at this level, getting 8, you're rolling the dice. But, boy, a great job of getting the football back. And Male's running out of time in possessions. 14 seconds left here in the third. Tigers lead 21-7 here at Brother Thomas More Field in St. X High School.
Male really hasn't. They got to midfield earlier in this half, in this third quarter, but they really haven't threatened, Tony.
No, John, they haven't. And, the Tigers, yes, you want to keep scoring points, but if you just keep Male at that end of the field, there's not a whole lot they can do.
Cal with a 4th and 1 touchdown, and they lead to Sales now with 2 minutes to go. 21-14 over at Christian Academy. Owen Johnson, 2 straight touchbacks. This one's not going to get there, I don't think. Oh, wow. That's interesting, Tony. It was muffed at the 1.
But it went to the end zone.
Hobbs was trying to keep it in the field of play, and it bounced into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Male will start at their own 20. 14 seconds left here in the third quarter.
And that field goal with 14 seconds was huge because the Tigers got to kick with the wind. They didn't have to kick it into the wind. So now, when the fourth quarter comes, Male will get the win, but they do trail by 24 points.
T.J. Thomas, we'll see if he comes back out. He does to lead his team on offense. Tiger defense has been solid all night long, and 12 minutes and 14 more seconds of that, and you're on to the state semifinals. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Quick throw to the right from Thomas to B.K. Smith. Catches it at the 20, fighting off a blocker. Great job that time by Austin Eisert, who fought the block off and able to push Smith out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
And what Eisert did so well right there is he came up and took on the block, and then he got to his outside shoulder so he could turn the play back in. The worst thing that could happen is he gets around the outside. You got help coming. Cronk was coming, and now the Bulldogs with 6.9 have a 2nd and 3rd at their own 27. 2nd and 3, 3rd. I don't know, something like that. 8 years of high school again here at St. X helping.
4 receivers in the pattern here on 2nd and short. Now 5 as Montgomery rolls out. Quick screen to the right to Smith. Dives for the first down marker at the 30. They're going to give it to him. He was just falling on his own there and decided, I got to try to get this first down. And he did at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 Male, with 0.3 of a second to go in the quarter. What kind of scoreboard operator at home doesn't let that last 3/10 run off? Now it does on the whistle. We have 12 minutes of football to go. 31-7. St. X leads Male. You're watching on Live Sportscaster, and you're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine.
Yeah, 248 yards
Dr.
on the
Green
ground.
and the doctors of the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision
We
needs.
didn't do much
For
that
more
before.
information or to
I don't
schedule
even
an
know if we got a
appointment with
first
Dr.
down, to be
Green
honest with
at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Got a field goal,
Living
but
with
we didn't
an
get a
old
first down.
furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving this winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a Train and nearly impossible to beat up to 48 months special financing
Jason,
from DFH.
is
on
that
the
Fern
industry's
Creek winning
most reliable
35-14?
comfort system.
Underway here at St. X. Thomas wants to throw on first down, high and deep down the left side, and great coverage out there by Austin Eisert, who kind of got pushed by the intended receiver, Ethan Bibb. But no flag. It's 2nd and 10. 28-7 as we start, 31-7, excuse me, as we start the fourth quarter. St. X with the lead over the Male Bulldogs.
And if that ball would have came down in play, I think it might have been offensive pass interference, but the ball goes out of bounds. So first play of the fourth quarter, Bulldogs go for the home run and don't get it. So Tiger defense playing well tonight.
2 to the left for Male on 2nd down and 10. Montgomery in the backfield. They play action. Thomas wants to throw. Looks over the middle. Now he throws high, down the middle of the field, high and deep, and overshot his intended receiver, Ethan Bibb, but Austin Iser with him step for step. And it'll be 3rd and 10, and it's gotten to let's just throw it up.
Yeah, Thomas has just decided he's going to try to get the ball down to his speedsters, and boy, great job of running with the receiver again. Even if that ball's on the money, that's going to be tough to catch. And now the Bulldogs put themselves in 3rd and 10 from their own 30. 11:44 left here in the football game. 31-7 Tigers lead.
A couple interesting scores from local teams. Fern Creek now leads Covington Catholic 35-14.
I heard Jason Frakes say
quarter.
there might be there can't be 15 games in town next week. He said something about that, but a lot of.
And Central on the road leads Lexington Catholic 21-7 after 3. 3rd down and 10. Thomas wants to throw. Does throw short to Smith. Hit immediately and dropped at about the 34-yard line. Boy, Braden Washburn just came up and nailed.
It was actually Jake Taylor.
Jake Taylor, yeah. Washburn was there, but Jake didn't need any help on that one. It's a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th and 7.
Well, that's what you do as a corner when they show the short. When you come up and you're sure-handed, he comes up, wraps him up, and now the Tigers will send. Who we got deep there, John?
Tanner Brown is deep as the Tigers keep their base defense in.
And that's exactly what I would do. And if the ball's not right to him, you get away from it.
And Cam Cheshire will kick it away, or at least look like he's going to kick it away on 4th down. He does boot it out of there. High, short. Tigers need to get out of the way. They do. Takes a male bounce at the 35, rolls all the way inside the 15-yard line. Still going down to the 10. 57 yards on the kick from Cam Cheshire. But if you're the Tiger fans, that's what you want. You want the football. 10:43 to go. You lead it by 24.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to see anything really off the charts here. I think you're going to see motion. You're going to see Sam Taylor, maybe Desmond Ritter carry the football. 10:43 left, and the Tigers did nothing wrong right there. The ball was kicked away from Tanner Brown. Just a great roll by Cheshire.
Ritter's got Taylor behind him to his right. 3 receivers in the pattern here on 1st and 10 from the 10. They give it to Sam. Running left, cuts back inside at the 11, fights his way to maybe the 12. Gain of a couple. Actually, they spotted it at the 9, so it's a gain of 3 to bring up 2nd and 7.
And the clock is the friend of the Tigers.
Absolutely. Trinity now leads Ballard 49-20 early in the 3rd quarter.
Could be on a collision course.
Final score from Christian Academy. The Centurions beat DeSales 21-14, so that'll end the Colts season. Ritter, option to the right. Pitches late to Sam, cuts back inside. Flag comes down. Taylor got a yard or maybe before he is tackled by Banta.
And I think the Bulldogs are going to decline that hold.
And they should, because they need the football. You don't give the Tigers another play here.
And I like that play, but I don't know if I'm running that play down by the goal line either.
Yeah.
You know, you make one bad pitch, and you could give the Bulldogs an opportunity to get a quick score and then maybe get the ball back and stay in this game.
So no gain for Sam Taylor on 2nd down. It's 3rd down and 7 as predictably Mail turned the penalty down. Ritter's got Cameron Garrett, Sam Taylor to the right.
I expect Taylor to come in motion, John, either be in the backfield. There's nobody. Blinko's back there, but
Mueller and Cahalan are to the left.
Nope.
Des wants to, it's a quarterback draw. You can kind of see that one coming. He's going to get to the 15, fights his way forward to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line, a yard shy of the 1st down. Good job by Ritter to keep it alive. He got hit at the 15 and just kind of spun and went forward, but at the 18, it'll be 4th and 1, and Zach Collins will come in. Not sure. I don't think the Tigers have a 1st down this half, but they have the only points on the board this half.
Well, right there, if I'm the Bulldogs, I'm expecting Ritter not to throw that ball. I can't believe they would even think about it. But Des made a nice run and almost got the 1st down on that play. He's a great athlete. He's got great size, great speed. And Desmond Ritter and the Tigers lead this thing 31-7 with 9 minutes left in the game and the clock's running.
Needs 7 there, and he got 6. Too deep for the Bulldogs. Collins boots it out of there, end over end toward the Mail side. Boy, a little shanker actually.
Yeah, trying to directional kick sometimes. You you lose sight and you try to too hard to kick it. So Bulldogs are going to get great field position with 8:53 left.
See where they spot this one at the 28-yard line.
Oh,
maybe the 29, but
and Zach's done a great job tonight too. That's just the first one, and that gets away from you sometimes.
It's a 10-yard punt there from Zach Collins.
And you know the Bulldogs are going to put the ball up in the air here.
1st and 10 at the St. X 28-yard line, 8:53 to go. It is 31-7 St. X. Empty backfield. Thomas wants to throw. A little inside screen to McCauley, and he's hit and dropped immediately. Well, the two linemen made that play.
They sure did.
Yules got to Thomas quickly, and Max Willinger stayed back in there and was waiting for McCauley when he caught it. It's a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
And I know it's a screen, but Yules gets there so quick, and Max Willinger peeled off when he saw it and made the play.
2nd down and 11. 4 stacked to the left. Quick throw to the left to Hobbs. He's got it at the 30 to the 25. Cuts inside at the 20.
And here comes the rain.
First down, and it is coming down. First down for Mail on the catch and run from Nathan Hobbs.
It's not raining that hard, everybody.
He got all the way down to the 15-yard line. So gain of 14 puts Mail deep in St. X territory with 8:16 to play. Thomas in the shotgun. Straight drop. Inside screen again. Tigers read it well. Hobbs does a great job to get away from Willinger and Daly. Gets inside the 15 to the 13. Only got 2 out of it, but not bad considering it looked like he was going to lose some yardage.
Yeah, Willinger again read the screen, peeled off, and actually just couldn't get him down. A great job of running the football, but the clock runs under 8 minutes. 31-7 Tigers as the fans scurry around to put on their rain gear or go hide.
And I think it stopped already. So
Come on, be tougher than that.
4 to the left on 2nd down. Throwing to the end zone to Smith, and he's got it for another touchdown. And he got lost again, Tony. So B.K. Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game. 13 yards for the 2nd touchdown for the Bulldogs tonight.
And a lot of football still left to play here with 7:38. He just goes out there. Owen Weiss is in the coverage, and they throw it to the outside, and Smith just positions himself to catch the football.
Well, I can't believe they're not going for 2 here, Tony. They do have to chase points. And the rain does start back up again because you're down 18 here. You can get it to 16. Boy, Peterson had the spot at the 8 instead of the 12. They had it at the soccer line. Kick is up and good, which is fine with the Tigers. It's 31-14 here in the 4th quarter, 7:38 to go. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. 31-14. The Tigers lead, and no onside kick here. Peterson kicks it. It bounces at the 2, goes into the end zone for a touchback, so St. X will start at their own 20.
I think Peterson made a mistake right there. He wasn't supposed to kick the ball that deep. He was trying to keep it in play, but it sails into the end zone. It's really windy out there right now. You can see the flag. But Tigers we still have a ball game. 7:38 left.
Dez in the shotgun. Fake it to Sam. Rolling left. Wants to throw. Has Blinko, who's hammered as he got his hands on it. And Sheffield made the hit and celebrates like he just won the World Series. It'll be 2nd down and 10. I like the play, Tony, but you got to get it to him a little quicker. And Mail has scouted that play. They've seen that play enough.
Yeah, and that's one that Desmond Ritter has to decide if he's not really open in this part of the game. And that pass right there is well covered. And I don't want to say it. I'm not trying to jinx anybody, but that's the kind of play that goes for a touchdown the other way.
2nd and 10. 3 receivers in the pattern. Now in motion is Seeger. They give it to him on the jet sweep. Gets a block from Taylor. Tripped up as he crosses the 20. Out to about the 22, a gain of a couple. And that'll bring up 3rd and long. Tigers still looking for their first down of the half, Tony.
Well, when you have Desmond Ritter and Sam Taylor at this point of the game, I don't think you try to fool people. And I think the Tigers have got a little bit out of what they do well. It's going to be a quarterback draw if they don't do it. Here we
Empty backfield, 5 receivers in the pattern. Now Dez looks over to the sideline on 3rd and 8. And again, they're using clock here too, Tony. Make no mistake
definitely.
About it. Dez takes a snap, quarterback draw, running left. Gets a great block. He needs to get to the 30, and he won't do it. Got to the 29, and a terrific job by the Bulldogs to stop him short of the 1st down. That was Jacoby Warfield who came up and took him on at the 29-yard line, and it's 4th down.
Well, the Bulldogs do have 2 timeouts, but the clock runs down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Tigers are in no hurry with a 31-14 lead. But I think the Tigers have got conservative. Coach Wolford said they weren't, but I think they have. They've gone. Their bread and butter in the first half was running Sam Taylor and Desmond Ritter running off of it, and they've gone away from it, and I don't know why. I'm not picking on the coaches. They're doing what they have to do to win the football game, but you don't want to give Mel any opportunities here late in the football game.
Collins will kick it away. 2 men deep for the Bulldogs again, so only 8 at the line of scrimmage.
Into the wind.
And that wind just kills it, and it goes out of bounds in St. X territory at the 43-yard line. Maybe inside that. Now they'll spot it right at the 43, so a 14-yard kick. But, Tony, we see the way the rain is going, and that wind is strong against the Tigers right now.
Yeah, John, and the one thing right now is you're giving Mel short fields.
Jim, that wind's really picked up down there.
Yeah, it definitely in Male's favor right now, and that's something that Zach Collins is definitely having struggle with the drops on his punts, that he really cannot get the ball, going and the spinning the way that a good punter like him should.
Thomas wants to throw on 1st down. Goes over the middle. It's caught at the 30-yard line for a 1st down. Falling as he caught it. First catch of the night for Ethan Bibb. A gain of about 13 and a 1st down at the 30, under 6 minutes to play.
And the Tigers playing on their heels right now because they can't move the ball on offense.
5 receivers in the pattern again. Tigers with only a 3-man rush again. High toward the end zone and tipped, incomplete, and the flag comes down. Don't know about that one. Jake Taylor was just running with Bibb. Looked like the ball may have hit Jake in the back. But it's going to be interference, and it'll cost the Tigers 15.
And you could hear the wind blowing through Jim's microphone when he was talking to us. And the Bulldogs do have it at their back. And, John, you made the best point of the night. When they kicked that extra point, made no sense. Because it's a 17-point game. Even if they score a touchdown right here.
Well, they'll kick now. They have
no, I know. But if they went for 2 and got it, it would be.
It'd be a 16-point game.
My math says 16.
1st and 10 Bulldogs at the Tiger 15-yard line.
They got to bring somebody. More pressure.
Yeah, it's just been a 3-man rush, and that's what we get again. Thomas steps up into the pocket, wants to throw. Now he'll pull it down and run it, and steps out of bounds at about the 11-yard line, a gain of 4. And he just was waiting for the defensive back to come up to him, and a good job by Jake Taylor to not sprint up to Thomas, because it might have been a touchdown if he did. 2nd down and 6, ball at the 11. A whistle.
The ball moved.
And that will happen when the tornado comes through. There
no
is
tornado.
Just kidding. But the wind is whipping around out there now. 2nd and 6. Thomas got out of bounds to stop the clock. Quick throw to the right through the hands of Hobbs. Chandler Simpson was right there with him, but it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Well, we know what the Bulldogs are going to do. They're going to run 2 plays here to get a 1st down or a touchdown.
I don't know, Tony. They're going to need a field goal
anyway. Good. You know what, John? You're correct. You're always correct.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but this time I happened to maybe get it right.
And chasing points early in the game is something the Tigers wish they didn't.
Yeah. 3rd down and 6, ball at the Tiger 11. 5:35 to play on a stopped clock. Now Higgs is in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised to see a running play here. He's a load. They do want to throw it. In trouble is Thomas. Now he runs to the left, being chased out of there. He's going to be hit and brought down short of the first down by Jack Daly at about the 8-yard line, about 3 yards shy of the first down. Good coverage by the Tigers. And
As
then
the clock
Daly
runs.
and Washburn did a great job of making sure Thomas didn't get the necessary yardage. And here comes Peterson for the field goal.
And you're correct, John. This is the right move. Bulldog fans probably don't think it is in their mind, but it is the right move.
I said Peterson. It's Eric Sorensen. He attempted one earlier, but it didn't count because of the penalty against the Tigers. Oh, a bad snap. Cheshire's got to roll out of there with it. Being chased, throws to the end zone, wide open for the touchdown. That's Davion Higgs, and all because Cheshire fumbled the snap. The Bulldogs get a touchdown.
Are you kidding me?
Had to be somebody downfield there, Tony, wouldn't you think?
No, John, they didn't know what was happening either, and unfortunately the Tiger special teams were not ready to go back and defend in a big play, a huge play to make this game, if the extra point's good here, a 10-point game.
You give Cheshire a lot of credit, Tony. Kept us cool, had a couple guys coming at him, and found Higgs wide open in the left front of the end zone.
Still a lot of football.
Sorensen's extra point is good. It's 31-21. St. X leads it. 4:49 to play. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School Football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving another winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on new Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train. Visit trainbiggame.com for your chance to win a $2,000 rebate. Call DFH 968-6222 for details, or visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. DFH.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd, and St. X expecting an onside kick, and they won't get it. Again, Sorensen kicks it 10 yards deep into the end zone, and that time I think he wanted to.
Well, I think Coach Wolf's strategy is we're stopping them right now.
Right.
So if we can hold them 3 and out and get the ball back, we're going to have great field position.
Mail has 2 timeouts left, and if I'm Coach Wolf, I'm going to use them on defense here, Tony, because if you can get the ball back with some time left and score, then you really put the pressure on the Tigers.
And the Tigers are just stagnant right now. Everything's going the Bulldogs' way, and the Tigers have had no offense. You got to get those guys fired up and get them out there and ready to go.
So it's 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left on first down. Ritter, fake to Taylor, running left. Dez across the 25, close to the first down. Well, if he got to the first down, I'm not upset if he got out of bounds. He got to the 30, and that's what he needed. It's a first down, a gain of 10, and I believe the first down of the half for the Tigers.
Well, the Tigers, if they want to win this football game, it's this drive right here. They got to move the chains, keep the football away from the Bulldogs.
He did go out of bounds, so the clock stops with 4:43 to go.
There's no give up in these Bulldogs, I'm telling you.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Same formation here. It's going to be the Sam and Dez show. And this time, a whistle and a false start against the Tigers on the opposite side of where the play was going. Well, you just can't do it. They've had a couple of false starts from wide receivers tonight.
The mood here has totally changed.
Yes, it has. First down and 15 now. Tigers at their own 25. Still expect to see some groundwork here from St. X. Option to the right. Pitch to Sam, hitting the backfield and going to get dropped in the backfield. Actually, he does get back to the 25, so it's no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 15. Stephon Mays chased him down.
And you know what the Bulldogs are doing right now. They're selling out for the run. You're not going to throw it, but you have to get them off balance and get those blocks.
2nd and 15. Ritter with a long snap count. Bulldogs stay on side, so the
Let that
Tigers
clock run.
look to the sideline. Wait for the back judge to lift his hand before you snap it. We're at the 4-minute mark. Hand off to Sam. Up the middle. Fights his way for about 5 to the 30.
And that's the play. Play we should be running the whole second half.
Just really surprised, Tony, Chris Wolf. You can control the clock when you got the ball, but you can't when the other team's got the ball unless you call timeouts.
They're losing a lot of time right now. 31-21, the Tigers lead the Bulldogs. 3:40 left in the football game.
3rd and 10, and certainly don't expect anything more than a Desmond Ritter running play here. 3:30 to play. Clock continues to run. Des will look to the sideline. He won't go till he gets the signal, and he won't get the signal till the back judge's hand is raised. We're at 3:20 to play here in the 4th quarter. Quarterback draw. Des up the middle. Fights off one tackle. Mayo ripping at the football, but good job by Ritter to hang on to it. Got about 3, and now Mayo will use a timeout. We'll take one as well with 3:12 to play. Tigers will punt when we come back, leading by 10. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
There are few things that truly inspire, like seeing young athletes succeed. With this in mind, the Courier-Journal created the Kentuckiana Sports Awards presented by Norton Sports Health. We're honoring Athletes of the Week for Southern Indiana and Metro Louisville all season long, naming all area teams for more than a dozen sports, and capping off the year with a red carpet banquet in June. Vote for this week's Athlete of the Week at the CourierJournal.com sports page.
Here we go. Back at St. X on 4th down. Again, Zach Collins going to kick into a stiff wind. A flag comes down, so it's going to be an illegal formation. This time the ball bounces. That's fine. Don't touch it. Let the clock run and let them take the penalty. That'd be fine. Rolls inside the 40. Tigers down at the 39 with 3:01 to play. I think the flag's going to be an illegal formation against the Tigers, which will back them up and make Zach kick it again. If you're male, do you do that? Because you're losing precious seconds.
No, John, I don't. I mean, I know you're kicking into a wind. It's a choice that he might kick one off the side of his foot into the wind, but I think they're going to make St. X kick it again. But that's pretty good field position that the Bulldogs have.
Well, actually, it's the 45-yard line, their own 45. And let's see if Chris Wolf decides that the time is more important than the yardage. He's going to take the penalty. No, he does decline it. Yeah. So Mail will start first down at their own 45 with 3:01 to play, trailing 31-21. And Mail with only one timeout left at this point. And if your Tigers just got to make them earn whatever they get here.
Yeah, we got 3:01 left in the football game. 31-21 Tigers here in the 4th quarter. Mail has made a great comeback to get back in this football game.
Empty backfield. Thomas wants to throw. Looking deep. Now he's going to throw it over the middle. Got a man wide open at the St. X 40. It's McCauley to the 35. Hauled down at the 30-yard line. Gain of 25 on first down. McCauley just got lost in the center of the field there.
Because we're rushing 3 guys and we're getting no pressure.
And a big gain for the Bulldogs.
Well, somebody's got to make a play if you're a Tiger here. Under 3 minutes.
Thomas takes a snap with 2:50 to play. Throws it high and deep down the right side. Tigers have a shot at it, and it's incomplete or intercepted. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Owen Weiss looked like he had a shot at it, dove for it in the back of the end zone, came up with it, but the back judge says, nope, hit the ground. 2nd and 10.
Nice job by Owen Weiss. Had good position. Bulldogs trying to hit the home run again. 2:43 left in the game. 10-point Tiger lead.
Not sure what happened to Austin Eisert, why he's not out there, but Weiss has come in for him. And I'm surprised Desmond Ritter's not out there.
I thought the same thing.
2nd and 10. Thomas wants to throw again. Pressure does come up the middle this time, and he's dropped back at the 37-yard line. Finally, the Tigers bring some pressure. Jack Daly came through, made the hit, got help from the 3 front uglies of Ewells, Willinger, and Robinson. Back at the 38.
Clock running down to 2:20.
3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Should be a hold. There's the flag as Thomas runs out of there. He'll get out of bounds, get pushed out of bounds inside the 30.
That's one that's going to come back.
25, and you got to take the penalty here, even though it's 4th down, don't you, Tony?
Oh, definitely. You got to keep them far away from the end zone. We're down to 2:13.
And once again, it was Jules who got held.
It was. But I'm going to go back to the play before, John. I think the Male offensive line got comfortable blocking the 3 guys, and then when they brought Daly, it just messed them up. They were already deciding who they were blocking. It was a little bit of a delay on a blitz, and that was just enough to get in Thomas's face and make him throw the ball early. If he breaks the pocket and wants to run, if you're the Tigers, he better run for a touchdown because Bulldogs only have 1 timeout left, 2:13 left in the football game. Desmond Ritter does come in at safety.
And it's 3rd down and 29 for the Bulldogs, back at the St. X 49-yard line.
And, John, I still think I bring a guy.
So Tanner Brown and Des Ritter are deep for the Tigers. Little bubble screen across the middle. Hobbs had nowhere to go. Now he gets out of it, being chased at the 50 to the 45 of St. X and brought down there. Fought his way to about the 44-yard line. But Simpson, Jake Taylor, Washburn, and Ewell's all up off the bottom of the pile. And the clock continues to run with 1:50 to play.
And the Bulldogs are looking to the sideline and walking around trying to get in position. I know it's 4th down.
And they only got 5 yards out of that. As far as he ran, they only got 5 yards.
A lot of time leaving down in 140.
It's 4th and about 24 here for the Bulldogs. Thomas rolls to the left. Tigers did bring pressure, but he ran away from it. It's caught. They do the hook and lateral. The ball's on the ground, and Jake Taylor comes up with it. They tried the hook and lateral, which desperate times call for desperate measures. You don't blame Chris Wolf. But the Tigers will get it back.
And they're in good shape now.
1:27 to play, in real good shape now.
And there's a lot of people can exhale over here on the St. X side.
So 1st and 10, Desmond Riddle brings his offense back out there. You can almost take a knee here 3 times, Tony. Mail with only 1 timeout left and get the clock down under 30 seconds.
I think you just run Sam Taylor forward here. I think you run Sam Taylor forward.
It's all about ball protection now. Dez gives it to Sam, running left. Mail will try to tackle the football as they should. He gets out to the 34. Timeout. Mail will take one as well. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more?
Kevin, is that my last regulation break
you visit the Eye Care
before the end of the game?
Again,
yeah, the next break is the end of the game.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Quantum Graphics may be the most customer service-minded printer in Louisville. How do we know? Because of what their customers say about them.
Quantum consistently treats our jobs like they're the most important work they have to do.
They're a rare company that seems truly dedicated to providing over-the-top great service.
Want this same kind of service when you need print on demand, design, online ordering, binding, and storage and fulfillment? Contact Joe Meeks at 502-314-7233 or visit quantumgraphics.com.
Back at St. X, 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. Des Ritter alone in the backfield. Now Sam in motion. Des will keep it, run up the middle, cross the 35 to the 36. Mail now powerless to stop the clock. Des gets about 2 yards there and will bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the Tigers at the 36-yard line. 31-21, St. X leads it as we go under a minute to play.
And, John, we've been around these games for a long time, and it's been a drought for the Tigers to get to the Final Four, to get to the semifinals. And unless something Joe Posarchik-wise happens here, twice.
Don't even say it. Ritter in the shotgun, waits for the back judge to lift his hand. Now he'll take the snap, give it to Sam, up the gut, fights his way forward, short of the 1st down, going to be brought down about the 39, maybe the 40-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll bring up 4th down. And it may end the game, though, because we are at 25 seconds, and that's going to do it. Tigers don't even have to snap it again. For the first time since 2009, a state championship season, the St. X Tigers will advance to the state semifinals.
And, John, just a great feeling. I'm a dad of a player down there, and we've been with the radio for a long time. And, Male Bulldogs, Coach Chris Wolf does a phenomenal job. They did not give up tonight. They came back defending state champions. We'll have a new state champion this year. But as a Tiger parent, an alumni, everything, it's just nice to see the Tigers get back where we feel like they always deserve to be.
We'll take a break, come back with the Eye Care Institute postgame report, and hear from the head coach. 31-21, St. X victorious tonight over Mayo. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You've been listening to the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brendan Green at 589-1500.
Yeah, man, we wanted to go to
iCareInstitute.com.
Just excited.
Nights travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Don't go away. The Eye Care Institute post-game wrap-up is next on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998. I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of the new Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X. This
Hey, Jimmy.
For over 20 years,
if he wants to go, let him go.
Go-to source for custom
But
signs and
I mean,
banners.
they just made some kind of announcement
Trade
about
show
a
displays,
thunderstorm
lighted
or
signs,
something.
You name it.
So it's up to him. Okay.
Graphics and quick
You can wave
affordable
to him if you
service.
want to. I can see you.
Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just
It's up to
ask
him.
the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So
Don't go much farther, Jimmy, or we'll lose the signal.
Rent it now.
There are few things that truly inspire, like seeing young athletes succeed.
Hey, Kevin,
With this in mind, the Courier
if you
Journal
can skip
created
the
Kentucky
post-game
Sports
open,
Awards presented by
just
Norton
come on back
Sports
to
Health.
us.
We're
It's getting ready to
honoring
storm
athletes
here,
of
and
the
the coach,
Southern
we want to get his
Indiana and
comments.
Metro Louisville all season long.
So
And
just
all
skip the
area
open
teams
and
for
just
more
play the
than
bumper
Kentucky
music and
sports.
come on back to
Capping
us
off the year
if
with
you
a
can.
red carpet banquet in June.
Thanks, man.
Vote for this week's Athlete of the Week at the courierjournal.com sports page.
Planning an event for
God dang it.
thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom
Jimmy, I think it's the last
creative
break.
design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000
What?
square foot warehouse is filled with
Well,
unique
it's-
props, linens,
It's my
dance
fault. I
floors,
should have
and
stayed here
anything else
till
you can think
we got
of.
him and then went to the
Call
post.
583-5007
It's on me. You know,
or
the bad thing
visit
is I do it every week.
eventsllc.com.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, and Todd Powers. Before the storm gets here, let's go down to Jimmy's with the victorious coach.
Yeah, we're under a severe weather alert, so this be quick. Coach, your impressions?
Great team game, great team win. Very proud of the boys. We have some very good football players on our team, and they showed out tonight, offensively and defensively. Hats off to Austin Izard. He made the move to DB, the week of the Trinity game, and now, it's really paying dividends for him and our team.
Coach, something I looked up this week. I'm not saying it before now, but we are 21-0 at Brother Thomas More Stadium, lifetime.
Well, home sweet home. You gotta love it.
All right. Any impressions for next week at 6:30 at Papa John's?
I'll worry about that one tomorrow. We're gonna enjoy tonight.
Okay. All right. I'll kick back to you, to John and Tony.
Thank you, Jimmy. And we want to clarify 21-0 in the playoffs at Brother Thomas More Stadium. And I don't care what you are, 21-0 doing anything is pretty good.
Yeah, it is, John. And, boy, just a great win for the Tigers tonight. I know it got everybody a little anxious and made it a little more exciting than everybody would like. But, it's just it's a win. And you know what? At this point of the season, now you're in the Final Four, the semifinals. You're going to see the Trinity Shamrocks. You get a chance to avenge a loss to our travel. And it can't be any better than that. Anybody wants to go hang out with tonight, they know where we'll be.
Yeah, we'll be
across the street.
I don't know, a couple hundred yards away.
Yep.
We'll take one more break, come back, wrap things up, and look forward to next week. St. X wins it over Mail tonight, 31-21. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Good job.
I
mean, we're not done, but thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As soon as we finish this up, we're going to go.
Yeah, it's getting ready to pour
it's
up.
Hard to stop a train, and nearly impossible to beat
it is hard to stop a train. I just want to say that.
It is hard to stop
the industry's most reliable comfort
I wonder if, I never got a text from.
You'll be hearing from him.
He told me last week he was going to call me.
Well, he just figures you'll be ready.
Yeah, but if I'm not looking for it.
Fans, want to learn
Keep your
more
phone
about
handy.
how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute.
Everybody gone over
This year,
I can throw his
Dr.
mail roster
Brennan
away.
Green has been named a top
Don't
doc
need that
by
anymore.
Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all
Hey, they had their season last year.
I agree.
or to schedule
They don't deserve
an
another.
You don't feel sorry for
at
them.
the Eye Care Institute. Visit
I'm surprised how we dominated that first
Well,
half.
I know it, and I'm surprised that we didn't play better in the second half. I think we played not to lose. But it's okay.
Jim's fault. He put that conservative thing in his head.
You know what? Like I told Bill, Bill's like, why did they go away from what was working? I said, you know what, Bill? You're right, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's a W, baby. It's a 10-point win, and if you tell me we're going to get a 10-point win out here tonight, I'd have left. I wouldn't have came to the game.
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah,
I needed you.
Yeah, I would have. We're doing the Bellarmine Women tomorrow night, me and Johnny. We're taking a tour on the show on the road.
Bellarmine Chicks.
Season after season,
I'm going to mention that. I'm glad you said that.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not on our channels, and it's for Louisville Catholic Sports and Bellarmine.
You're right.
No, 94.7.
No, it's 9.7.
Is it?
Unless the men are playing. If the men are playing at the same time, then it's on 93.9.
I thought I saw
I'm
on
just saying what
land.
Connor told me.
I saw on land. Just look in the paper tomorrow.
I guess I need to know. I'm meeting Paul tomorrow to get all in.
I thought I read that. I thought I read it on their website.
Back at St. X, wrapping things up on a really good night for St. X football. Tigers back in the state semifinals.
Taking care of business.
First time in 7 years. They took care of business tonight. Led it 28-7 over Mail at halftime, 31-7 going to the fourth quarter. They win it 31-21. Not much to be down about tonight, Tony.
No, John, and it doesn't matter if you like the play calling, you love the play calling. Doesn't matter what the final score is. All you want this time of year is a W. Tigers get the W out here, and they'll be heading to Papa John's to take on some guys from Shelbyville Road. We don't know the name of them, but we're going to look for them, and we'll keep up to date with what's going on in the other games in 6A. And boy, Final Four, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
It sounds great, and we will be on the air next week. Not sure what time. Check your Courier Journal on Friday, but I believe the game's going to be at 6:30 with Louisville and Kentucky playing the next day. They want to get us out of their stadium as soon as they can. It's going to be at Papa John's, Cardinal Stadium, St. X and Trinity, state semifinal.
And the workers out there aren't going to be real happy.
No, they're not.
But that's what you play all year for. You take one game at a time. You put yourself in an opportunity to take the next step. The next step is Trinity. You want to, find a way to come in there and knock off the number one team in the state and get yourself to Bowling Green.
We will be back on the air. We wouldn't miss that one next week for anything in the world. Tigers try to avenge that regular season loss. They didn't play well first time at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, but this team's clicking on a lot of different cylinders now than they were not clicking on at that point.
Well, they dominated this game in the first half, and they did last week against Manual, played well. Desmond Ritter tonight had 141 yards rushing, and Sam Taylor had 154. So you're looking at 300 yards out of those two guys, and that's the two-headed monster, and everybody else does their job. Good things happen.
3 first-half interceptions by the Tiger defense, and just a solid win tonight before the wind and the rain and the coldness gets here. We will see you next week, Friday night. Game time tentatively scheduled for 6:30, so keep that in mind. For Kevin O'Neill back at the studio, Matt McCarthy on the internet, Todd Powers on stats, Jim Brinkman on the field, and Tony Burke on colors. John Spears saying so long from Brother Thomas More Stadium for the final time this year. Final score once again, St. X 31, Mayo 21. Same score as the first game, as a matter of fact.
You are correct,
Wow.
sir.
You have been listening to St. X High School Football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, everybody.
Annie M. Look at everything blowing out there.
Thanks.